Where would I be without you, Joe?
Dead.
Hello and welcome to
the start.
Oh, you bastard! Yeah, I'll got it. Hello and welcome to Game and Garnish, a podcast aiming to be a delicious side dish to the hobby we all love, gaming. This time I'm your host, Joe, and we welcome our usual diners, Jake.
Hello.
Brad.
Hello.
And Ben.
Hello.
And let's kick it off with what we've been playing. I want to go with Jake first because he seems to have a lot to say.
Oh.
Buzzing in my chair. Right, okay.
Buzzing for a whole week, I think.
So, we slightly alluded to it last time, but Ghost of Yotei came out, and I've been playing the crap out of it, my God. I believe that this is your game too, Brad, that you're going to bring.
Very well might be.
So, I think we double team this.
Okay. With the dual katanas of the podcast.
Yes.
Nice.
Fantastic. Honestly. It's just more of Ghost of Tsushima, to be honest. But like, I would arguably say better in every way, bar the story.
Well, to be fair, let's preface it. Preface what? You know, preface it. Preface. You know what I mean. Let's start by saying neither of us are very far through it.
Well, I'm 21 hours in, as of like literally an hour ago before recording. I've only killed 2 of the Yotei 6.
Yeah. Well, the aim of the game is to kill the Yotei 6. That's in all the trailers and everything. Yeah. So you've killed 2. I've killed 1.
Yeah. And I don't think this is that much of a spoiler. You kill 1 very close to the beginning.
Yes. Yeah.
So I've only
that's
really
the one
killed
I've seen. I've seen clips of people doing it.
The snake.
The snake. Yeah, that's basically the tutorial of the game.
A solid snake.
Yeah.
So neither of us are particularly far through, but you've still got 21 hours in it.
Yes.
And I don't know the exact time I've got in it, but I've probably got somewhere between 5 and 10. I don't know the exact number.
Yeah.
And I've just been doing a lot of side quests, and it's not even necessarily like a quest. It would
just be exploring the open world.
Yeah, and it's the little things that most of the time bore you in games. It's like the little, I don't know, in this game, the shrine, for example. Oh, there's a shrine over there. I need to go up to it and click it. Or the spa, something like that. But I'm still enjoying just exploring and finding those things. Whereas in most games, that would drag a bit. But in this game, it just feels nice to ride around on your horse.
The exploration is really good.
Is it like a samurai Red Dead Redemption?
I've seen people sort of compare it to that.
Because there's lots of life stuff you can do in Red Dead Redemption that's not related to the story at all.
So there's some of that. Don't get wrong. So you can make your camp, and when you make your camp, it uses good use of the DualSense controller, and you have to use your flint to light the little bit.
Yeah, you like moving your controller around.
Yeah,
stirring your mug and stuff like that.
Yeah, so there is those elements. It's no way near as many as there is in Red Dead. There's not as much varied wildlife that you hunt in and doing all that. So
there's no hunting wildlife or anything.
So I wouldn't say it's that much like Red Dead in those aspects, but in other ways, I do kind of see the similarity. Just in the
riding around and
alive.
seeing the world, it feels, as you said, alive.
No, exactly.
It definitely feels lived in. There are definitely there's a lot more open areas than there are in Red Dead. I feel like Red Dead's it feels so big, but at the same time there's things going on.
It's dense.
Yeah.
Whereas this is it is dense, but there are open fields that you ride through. And it makes sense.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
it's time period. Yeah, I was going to say.
Even though it would be like an empty rolling field, it almost feels like that gives it space to breathe.
Definitely.
That it needs,
and that really emphasizes the actual beauty of this open world as well. I cannot believe how good it looks.
Like the sea sections in Wind Waker. Not Caesarean sections. I mean the open waves, because that's a very different kind of Zelda game.
Well, the landscapes, I agree, look absolutely incredible. I think there's a lot of rough edges when you get close to some things.
Maybe the stones and the
rocks particularly,
but the foliage, the trees.
The foliage looks amazing,
Like,
and then
when
it'll pan out and it'll show a rock and it'll be like a really flat texture. And I'm like, that is a weird looking rock.
But if you get up high and look down, you have like a spyglass.
Yeah.
And looking at the landscape, that is amazing.
Yeah, it just looks like they've put a lot of focus in some areas at the expense of maybe some others.
I don't feel like I noticed the rocks though on the mountain faces. I'm just like looking, because most of the time you're in amongst the flowers and the trees anyway.
To me, I think it stands out because it's juxtaposed against the really beautiful rest of the landscape. So when something looks like particularly bad, it stands out.
I don't think it looks that bad.
It's not like
the
Pokemon low poly trees.
No,
bad texture.
I think it still looks good.
There was one bit when
it's just not as good as the flowers.
I beat one of the legendary bounties, the guy with the flute.
Yeah.
And then, I suppose slight spoilers for the side quest. It's a magical flute.
It's a magical flute. It makes him kill people.
Yeah.
Basically.
And at the end, you play your instrument with him. You play shamisen, is it? It's like a guitar type thing. And he plays his flute. And it was a really tranquil moment, but you sort of sat on these rocks with no texture on them. And I don't, maybe mine
really didn't notice. You're getting into the weeds there, Rad. I didn't know.
No weeds, just rocks.
Just rocks.
That was the issue.
The texture on the weeds is phenomenal.
Yeah, I can't say that really bothered me.
But going back to the game, the exploration, I've probably been on record before now saying that I don't like it when games give you nothing. When it's just like, here's the final objective, do what you want.
Oh, Breath of the Wild style.
Like Breath of the Wild, yeah. I find that I need a bit of something, if that makes sense. But I find that this creates the perfect balance because you don't have a massive checklist of things to do. Your checklist kind of builds up a little bit.
It can really snowball.
But it doesn't feel overwhelming. There's no loads of map markers and things on your HUD. But what I really like is your map is essentially empty when you start. And then as you go around, your character will notice something or you'll speak to someone and they'll say, oh, there's something over there.
They're like, oh, I've tried the bamboo strike.
But then that'll put it on the map.
And then it'll put it on the map.
Yeah. So at least it's not, usually games when they do this, they don't even put it on the map at all. And you have to, remember, which I feel like is a bit of a step too far.
Oh, that might have been helpful on that Atomfall game.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking exactly the same thing.
But you're still naturally getting that information, it's not just like sort of force fed to you, but it's intuitive is what I like. And then you get the pieces of the map, like the map fragments you can buy or people give you.
Yeah.
And then you have to
line them on the map.
Yeah. So you'll get like a section of a map and it'll be a shrine or something. And you'll be able to see sort of a bit of line work of the map on this segment. And you have to line it up with your map and sort of place it. And then that will give you another objective.
I take it you don't necessarily get them in the order that you're about to get to the bits on the map either. So you could get a bit of map from miles away.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's like a
line that up later on.
You could find them without the map.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it still put them on the map if you find them?
If you find them, it'll still pop up on the map. Yeah.
You could tackle it and not ask anybody about stuff.
Yeah.
So you could do it all blind, or you can start asking people where to go. Or usually it's like you do something for somebody and then they'll tell you something at the end. Or you can buy map markers, or you can follow the birds. Like sometimes you'll be roaming around and a bird will appear, and if you follow
the bird, instead of following the wind like in the first one?
So the wind's still a thing as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So as so you swipe up. Once you've like selected a waypoint you want to go to, nothing pops up on your HUD or anything. You swipe up on the D-pad, not the D-pad. What's it called?
It's like the PS5.
Yeah, I don't know, the center button thing. Trackpad. There you go.
Yeah.
You swipe up on the trackpad like you did in Ghost of Tsushima, and the wind will appear. I find the wind a lot more
windy,
like predictable. Windy, a lot more. It works better in this.
Yeah, I thought it worked good in Tsushima.
I found in Tsushima I struggled a lot with it.
It's more vague.
Yeah, but this it works a lot clearer. And then you could be following that wind to your destination, and then as Jake says, a bird will appear and it'll take you off, to a different direction where there's a wolf den or whatever. And there's a few, and there's a few different like side. I don't want to call them side quests, but like side, things to do in the world that'll get you more spirit or more health, or advance your character progression in some way.
Yeah. Like you need to find shrines to get new abilities.
Yeah.
That you can use in combat, which is a bit different to Tsushima in the fact I think you had to do enemy camps to unlock abilities.
But sometimes you have to in this because a shrine will be
part of a camp. Yeah. So it is similar in some ways, and in others not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is the exploration's really nice.
Yes.
I really like that. What do you find to like the combat?
The combat's great. I mean, as I said at the start, in terms of me saying it's better in every way, it's basically just Ghost of Tsushima, but with improved stuff. It's like with extra stuff.
Is it weapons instead of stances?
Exactly.
Yes.
Which I'm torn on.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I do prefer the stances in Tsushima to having all these different weapons because it makes more sense. But then it made more sense in Tsushima because he's a samurai. He just uses the katana.
It can be a little bit jarring because it still works in the same like combat chess kind of way, where a guy comes up to you with a sword and you get your sword out to fight him. A guy comes up to you with a spear, then you want to get your dual katanas out because dual katanas beat spear, for example.
In what world does that work?
Just don't think about it too much. Just does.
It's like a really crap rock,
surely
paper, scissors, isn't it?
Sword loses to spear every time.
It is basically rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, and each weapon has a counter.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
I use the spear against the what they called
axe,
like the sickles.
The Kazurigama.
Yeah. Now it was the same in Tsushima, but it was with the stances, so each stance sort of worked against a different thing, and that looked a bit more visually coherent.
Yeah, like you could change mid battle, and it wouldn't really like. Obviously, you would change your stance, but it would flow a bit better.
You wouldn't pull a spear out of your ass.
Exactly.
In this, you are literally pulling a spear out your ass, or you might have a katana out, and when you go to dual katanas, she's not grabbing an extra katana. She's grabbing both katanas. And you're like, what?
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's just the best place to store it. I mean,
maybe. I think, although I like it, as I say, it's a little bit jarring. I like having the very different sort of moveset with each one and the different skills trees for them. I almost wish
the stances too.
Yeah. I almost wish you had all the weapons, but then each weapon then had the stances. So
that would be a lot.
But let's say each weapon's had the 4 stances, which was the same as it was in the previous one, rock, paper, scissors wise. Yeah. But then they had like different combat framework. So the dual cannons was faster, but did less damage, and the single sword, you know what I mean? And then I would have probably spec'd into using the dual katanas because I enjoy using the dual katanas the best. But I'm finding not a lot of opportunity to use them because most people fight me with a single sword.
Yeah.
I feel like if they did do that with each thing has 4 stances, you just go for the spear because it has range.
Yeah, range over it all.
Yeah, but then you can balance it, can't you? So it's not as good because it's bad when someone gets up in your face.
Right. I have found that the dual katanas aren't as powerful as the katana by itself.
Well, exactly, and that's why it frustrates me a bit because I want to use the dual katanas on everything because I like using.
To be fair, you can.
You can.
There is nothing stopping it.
It's just suboptimal.
I think the extra tools you get throughout the game actually help with that. So when you get the kunai and the smoke bomb and stuff like that, it might be better to just use dual katanas all the time because if somebody comes at you with the paper to your rock, let's say, you can stay in that stance.
I have a fifth one. Smoke bomb.
You can go, kunai in the face, / you did.
True. Okay, fair enough. And I don't have a lot of those little side abilities. I just have the one.
Then there's the bows. There's the bows and the bombs and all sorts. There's so much. You get so much stuff.
So no later you're going to get guns.
It's like a D&D character. I don't know how she's grabbing all this stuff.
Yeah. It's a rule
pack
of cool.
many things.
Rule of cool. But it is, and it is very cool. Like the combat, like Ghost of Tsushima's combat was so good. You just feel like so powerful. You live in that samurai fantasy.
Yeah.
And this just continues that.
Oh, definitely. I'm finding it harder than I remember. And I don't know if it's because I'm really relying on parries instead of just holding the block a bit and then parrying when the moment strikes.
Yeah.
But because I'm trying to parry a lot and I'm leaving myself open, I'm getting hit a lot.
Okay, yeah.
I'm probably just bad.
Sometimes I like breeze through the combat.
Oh, same, yeah.
And then other times, I'll just
I'll get downed by the first enemy. I'm using
Is
all
the
my
combat
spirit to get up.
is the combat very one-on-one, or is it like you get crowded around and stuff?
No, you
like
get crowded around.
You do, yeah.
Oh,
Not
usually
by, like, loads of people. Though.
Usually, only one guy will attack you at once.
Oh, like the old Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Press
but not
X to
quite
win.
as like.
Honourable.
So they'll attack, but if you're mid-attack with somebody else,
Yeah,
someone else will attack you. Like you've
okay.
really got to keep your. It's more like a mix between the old Assassin's Creeds and Batman Arkham.
Okay,
I suppose.
That sounds
similar,
cool.
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not like Batman Arkham, but if I was going to compare it.
No, but you've got like attacks that you can't block,
Yeah,
attacks that you have to parry, attacks that you have to dodge, roll out of the way, attacks that you have to interrupt. So there's a few different like, flashing of colours that'll just be like, okay, this is that attack. I have to.
There's a new attack in this that flashes yellow, and if you don't counter that, they disarm you.
Yeah, and then you have to run around punching them.
That sounds a bit like For Honor's combat, because you had your stances in that. There was 3 of them, but it was just more like which direction you.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah.
But I've found getting more weapons. Like currently, I have the katana, the yari, which is the spear, and dual katanas. And if somebody knocks the katana out of my hand, I can still swap to the spear.
Yeah, but you can't swap to the dual katanas.
No, but I can just get one katana out.
Yeah.
So
that's quite.
I think that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. So even if you just hold in the katana and you get disarmed, you can still pull out the other katana.
Yeah.
And does it count as katana stance or half a move set of the other one? Oh,
just
that's
katana.
good.
Yeah.
I think as well, like, so you just touched on it there where you've got those weapons. And this kind of ties into the story as well. At least early on, the part we're on, you can kind of choose one of 2 ways to go. You've basically got 2 of the Yotei 6 that you have to choose between. And you went one way, you've gone for the Oni.
Yes.
And I've gone for the Kitsune. So I've gone a different route. So because of that, I've actually got different weapons. I've got the normal katana, the dual katana. I've got the big katana. I don't know what that's called. And then I'm on my way. It's not, no, but that's what I always keep thinking of. And then I'm on my way to getting the Kirasami. What's it called? The
Basirigama.
That one. I always rely on you for that one.
Do they fill up like a stance slot that is similar to like dual katanas? Because it's
so
like 2 weapons.
You hold the right trigger, and then you've got the 4 face buttons to select a weapon, and then you've also got L trigger, which is big katana. So you got 5 weapons that way.
Oh, okay.
Doing your different routes is going to be different to the sort of ending you get, or
I don't think so.
I think after you do those 2, it kind of becomes a bit more linear.
That's what I've seen online. Yeah.
As long as they all die at the end.
If you might change your mind on somebody based on
No, I don't believe
you've learned
so.
on your travel. But
don't believe so.
I think the 2, because it kind of takes you to 2 different areas.
Okay.
Like you start off in this massive open area, which you could spend. Like I think I spent like 8 hours there before I even continued, and I didn't even do everything. And then you go do a mission, and it takes you through a path to the next big area.
Yeah, so it's all one map, from what I can tell, but you can't naturally walk between some of the areas.
Yeah.
So like, to get where I am, I had to get a boat. For example. It's still on the map, but I couldn't then just walk that route because you have to get the boat. But you can still fast travel.
Yeah.
With like split second load times.
So booting up the game after the first initial like boot up, when it does like the PlayStation logo and all that, I can boot up the PlayStation, click it, and I mean this is just a testament to like back 1 generation ago. I'll get up to be like, I'll go make myself a drink, or I'll go do something like loads. I stand up and it's loaded.
It is crazy. However,
it's mental. It's like
welcome to having a Series X.
If you've closed the game,
PS5.
If you've closed the game, or like okay, so if you close the game, you go on a different game. What Joe was getting at there with the Series X, I imagine means quick resume because you have multiple games loaded, which obviously you can't on the PlayStation. So if you change game, and then go back, yes, it's almost instant. It's basically the same as quick resume, except without all the glitches you get with quick resume. So I'd say it's probably better. However, if you update the game, it does all these splash screens again.
Yeah, but
that's a bit frustrating.
Yeah,
that's because it's got to fully close out the game to do it.
Well, that would be the same with quick resume.
Well, even if you fully close the game, like if you turn off the PlayStation,
it still
does the quick boot.
Yeah, it's still really impressive. And then I suppose a final thing to talk about for early thoughts is the story. You said it's a worst story so far.
Well, only in the fact that I just really liked what Tsushima was going for. I really liked the honor and all that came with it. Like, should you be honorable or not? But like the whole like end debate at the end where it's like you have no honor.
Yes,
and, you're a slave to honor. I just really liked what it was going for.
I think that's a fair comment. However, you're comparing a game you've completed to a game you've not. So this, obviously, I don't know how this ends. It could end with a really good, a good thing. But however, the first few hours, if you compared where you are now with where you were with Tsushima at that time, I think they're pretty similar.
I think story-wise, I still would have. I was still preferring it. However, I don't think it's bad by any means. I still think it's really good.
Yeah,
like the way it opens up when
it's a strong opening.
The splash of all the characters, and it's playing the shamisen, which is for the soundtrack.
It's a cool sounding guitar in it.
Oh my god! Like you learn this song for the wolf, and I just play it. As
you walk around playing it.
I just walk around playing it in the camps. It's great.
You unlocked the bard stance.
Yeah. It's fantastic. So
start hitting people with a shamisen.
The music is like, I really like the music in Tsushima too, but the music here is just as good with that shamisen. But I'm really enjoying the story. The opening was really cool, and I'm enjoying what I'm playing. Obviously, I just really like Tsushima's, and I think that's it. Really,
it's a story a bit like Kill Bill.
It is a bit.
Yeah,
it is a bit. Yeah. Okay. I think it's, based on where I'm at this point, it's a very easy recommend. And I think if you liked Tsushima, it's more of
if
that.
You've got a PlayStation, it's a must, I think, at this point.
I think so. And however, if you didn't like Tsushima, you're not going to like this. It's not doing a lot different, which is fine considering I've not played. I can't remember when Tsushima came out. Is it 2020? 2020. So I've not played that type of game, or exactly that type of game in 5 years.
Yeah.
So I've had a great time. I've seen comments online of people who maybe are a bit burnt out because they played Assassin's Creed earlier this year and all the games similar.
I can see that. I do think like this exploration open world is like the peak of what Assassin's Creed tries to do. And just think it's better in, again, nearly every way.
And it doesn't fill your map with markers.
Well, I've not played.
I mean, it does if you start like learning where stuff is and don't go to it, I suppose.
Yeah.
It will fill your map up, but it just, it's fantastic.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I could say.
It's just so cool. It still gives that power fantasy, like obviously the standoffs and then the assassinations and very bloody as well.
Yeah.
Just great. Can't wait
as bloody as our backlog game.
Well, not quite.
Not quite as bloody as that.
But I've been enjoying it. I'll jump off the back of that because obviously...
Yeah, we'll move on to Brad.
So again, we've both actually been playing, but I'm not going to talk about this episode too much. We both bought Battlefield.
Yes, Battlefield 6.
So we've started playing that. I've not got really much else to say because I've only played it for a couple hours, so I'm going to save my thoughts for next time as a bit of a teaser.
Yeah, I mean, we're recording this a couple of days after it came out. So.
Yeah. But so far, it's very similar to the beta, which is only a good thing. So.
Yeah, definitely. Go play Yotei.
And Battlefield. Yeah, so that's me.
Oh, that was very short.
That's it. Yeah, basically just loads of goes.
Very juxtaposed to what you normally do. Yes. We'll move on to Ben then. What have you been up to?
Well, I've still been on my Factorio.
Oh, we're back on the grind.
No, not too bad. Just trickling it in the background.
Okay.
I'm still working on the final planet. I've started making things work.
So you're not stranded on your lithium hell then?
Well, I'm still there, but I haven't left yet. But I've made rockets so I can get home.
Nice.
Not stranded anymore.
No, technically not stranded, but not leaving.
That's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Yes.
I just like the cold. Yeah, that's about that with Factorio. Obviously, I can go on about it for hours, but I just won't bore you all because just go play it. It's brilliant. The other thing I've been doing was a little bit more emulation. So it's a bit of a story, and I'm going to tell you. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. I played a game way back in the day. We had a chipped PS2, and definitely not illegal in any way.
The statute of limitations has expired, Ben.
Yes.
And it was a game I played, and I couldn't remember the title of it because the disc was smudged.
I remember you mentioning this, and it was in like Japanese or something like that as well.
Yeah, I didn't have an English copy of it either, so I had no idea what it was called, what it was. I just saw the characters and played the game.
This isn't the one you were looking for at the gaming market, was it?
I was looking for anything to figure out what it was. I've discovered what it was. It was Legend of Legaia. I don't even know how to say it. However, I have started playing this. It is fantastic. JRPG. It's the first RPG
you sent us a short of one of the battles. Didn't you?
It turns out it was a
battle.
Well, it threw me out because it was a PS1 game, not a PS2 game.
Oh.
So I didn't even twig.
Play it, yeah.
So much easier to emulate then.
Yeah. It's awesome. I'm about 8 hours in, I think, something like that.
You're not much of a turn-based guy, are you, typically?
Not really. There's a couple of things I've enjoyed. Metopia was great fun. That was a turn-based.
Oh, that was a great game.
But
you didn't like Claire Obscure?
No, just
too involved.
Just too sad.
Just too good.
Yeah.
And I couldn't dodge.
Yeah. So do you think you're enjoying this because A, you finally found out what it was, and B, maybe a bit of nostalgia, or do you think it's genuinely good?
It's the nostalgia thing's definitely playing in. However, I never finished it then. I don't know, maybe the PS2 gave out. I can't remember why, but there was also no Dr. Google to give you a hand, was there?
No.
Fix your ailments.
Now there is.
So I'd spent hours upon hours upon hours with no idea where I was going on this game, but there was nothing else to do, so that's what I did. Now I'm a bit more driven to get to the end. And I think I'm doing way better than I ever have. I wouldn't know. Because I don't remember that long ago. I'm not sure if I've got as far as I did before. I know I got the third character, so I'm definitely not there yet.
I'm curious to find out how did you remember what it was called?
Yeah, same.
It was the main character. I saw the front cover when I was flicking through the emulation station.
So when you were looking at different
things,
looking at different ROMs, I saw the main character, and he just absolutely jumped in my mind of who he was.
Yeah,
that's that guy.
It's him. That's it.
That's John Legaia.
Oh my god!
Just realised the statute of limitations hasn't expired on your recent emulation quest.
You see.
Typically, you've bought the game, but in this case, I don't think you did.
Come fight me for it. Great fun. I will try and track a copy down and see it being £1 million now, I think.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Just because it's one of the ones
classic Japanese RPGs go for a lot of
them. Especially when it's quite a small one.
Now, apparently there's a fan-based, because obviously once I found out what it was, I started Googling the living crap out of it. There's a fan-based version being built in Unreal 5, I think.
Oh, so
wow.
Like a remaster. Cool.
Yeah. So, because I don't know why Sony won't do it. I think it is Sony owned. But a lot of people.
Is it just that niche that they couldn't release it to a market and make anything off it?
Maybe, but there seems to be a lot of people campaigning about it, wanting it. So,
well, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
it's always a good time to bring back old IP. So cool.
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
Cool.
I think that's about it, really, for me.
So short and sweet from you two. Much the same from me. I haven't had much time to play games this time because I had a little bit of backlog game time, a little bit of group gaming with the Helldivers, which always goes on in the background. But I have been playing the life game, the organization game. Lately, I've been struggling to find my passport, so I tore the house to bits looking for it. Still didn't find it, but I did find some cool things from over time that I've just never gotten rid of, and I'm glad that I didn't. Found my actual GameCube from when I had it back in the day.
Nice.
With 2 controllers. I'd found all the games previously, but they're downstairs with the Wii because that can play GameCube games.
Of course.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the meme where they decided that the Xbox Series X is just a cooler for your GameCube?
GameCube, yes, because it fits perfectly on top, which I may end up doing. And I also found my Wii U which is a trip back into time that we don't really need to take.
Oh, I do. I've never played one. I always wanted to mess about with
our
one.
Wii U?
We sold our Wii U.
Did we sell it?
Yeah.
When?
I think the only reason I would play it now
work.
is because it's got the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD remake on it, which does just look so much better than the original one.
It wasn't the Wii U mine, Jake.
No, we split the money. I gave you the money for it.
The Wii was mine. The Wii was mine. Sorry,
is that
Joe.
Wii still at your parents' house? In the conservatory?
Probably. Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, then I did find my very old, very cracked in the middle national insurance card in a wallet that I'd forgotten about.
Nice. So you're full on played Unpacking.
Oh yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay.
But then I packed it all back up away neatly because I'd made a right mess. Just digging through stuff, throwing it over my shoulder.
It always takes so long as well because you get it's distracted by the side quest. It's Ghost of Yotei in real life.
I could go and put this downstairs. I could unpack it. Could have all the games with it, and then completely forget what I was doing.
Yeah,
I think it's very ADHD symptomatic. And I could go into detail about what I tried to play, but I haven't got through it all yet. And it's a bit of a multimedia adventure set up by Hideo Kojima back in the day. But I will go more into that next time, or maybe the time after if I've managed to get everything done. Half term's coming up, so I've got a lot more free time.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Joe works in a school, by the way. He's not a child.
Yes. I'm still in year 11. I've been kept back so many times.
Too many games.
Yeah.
Maths has changed.
But your voice is so deep.
It's all an act.
I do just want to quickly mention that we also went to Blackpool Play Expo.
We did.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago. So we should probably mention that. It was a good time. They just had loads of retro games out, loads of game consoles out, just everywhere.
It was a big hall with, as Jake said, just loads of different areas. So I think there was the arcade cabinet section as you walked in. Loads of arcade cabinets. Then there was like the PC section on one side, and then the retro section on the other. And you could literally just go around and play all these games with each other. And then there was a side wing for pinball. We didn't spend a lot of time in. And then
there was queues for that thing.
Another side wing for tradespeople, so you could buy stuff, like shops and stuff. And then there was like a big stage where they were doing. I think when we got there, it was tournament. It was an SSX tricky tournament.
Yes,
where you could play off on the side to get a high score, or some people played on the stage and you had a big screen, and most people were pretty terrible. So it's quite.
Well, I participated and I did pretty terrible too.
Yeah, but at least you did terribly off to the side, so no one could see you on the big screen. But it was a good time. It was nice.
It was nice.
And really later on, they had Donkey Konga, the rhythm game.
They did. Yeah. Classic.
I wonder if they still worked the bongos properly.
Oh, not by the end.
No, not so many people playing at once.
Yeah.
Also, the true Doom guy was there. You could go speak to him. We didn't. The queue was really long, and
I can't remember what he's called now. His name escapes me.
What's he called? I can't remember.
John Romero.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
John Romero is there. Also, I just don't know what I would say to him.
No.
Just cool guy, though. Cool guy.
You could say, back in the day, you made me your bitch.
But he didn't, because we never played Daikatana.
No, that's true. We never played
Daikatana. My dad used to play your games.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That just shows our age.
It hurts.
Yeah.
And then the Terminator No Fate guys were there.
Yes.
Showing off the game, which I actually learned that the game's been pushed back.
Oh no!
We did it in games coming up last episode, and it's no longer coming up. It's coming out in November. I think it was like the day after recorded it. It got pushed back.
It's funny as well because the trailer that they had there kept saying September.
Yeah,
and then I know it got moved to October.
Yeah,
and has it been moved to November now? Wow.
Yeah. So
I haven't had a thing, but Kingmakers was the same. I was telling Joe before.
Yes, that's been delayed as well.
Yeah,
that's got an indefinite delay as well, so we don't know when that's going to be.
The Terminator, is it No Fate guys? Yes. They also had another game running on like a old CRT screen there.
I don't know what that was.
I think that
looked really cool.
The game they'd made.
Yeah.
I
think they'd made it for playing on a CRT, which I quite enjoy.
They specialise in that type of game, I think.
Like pixel art.
Yeah. The new one looks very Metal Slug.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty much.
I can't wait to play that.
It's pretty much all we have to say about that, because it wasn't a huge convention.
No, it was a good garnish
fun,
day out.
Garnish day out.
We don't often get together.
Yeah.
All the time.
I will mention a little bit. I think I've been a little bit spoiled because I've been to Arcade Club. I struggled because I didn't get on the arcade machines. I wasn't overly fussed about it because the queues were too long. So it was really cool that they were there.
Yeah, there was a
good half of the hall was arcade cabinets, and I'd say the majority, at least the majority of the ones you'd want to play, are at Arcade Club, which
I feel like some of them were probably borrowed from the local arcade club.
Maybe, yeah.
I was thinking this too. Yeah, possibly.
Broken in the same way.
Yeah.
So there was a good half of the hall that we didn't really interact with. So we weren't there for too long, were we?
No.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it was awesome to see and awesome to be there.
Yeah.
I just mean, I think to myself, well, I'll go to Arcade Club again and play that rather than queuing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think it was good to have some of the older consoles out. And
that was nice to see.
Oh, yeah.
That
Vectrex that was there, that was crazy.
Yeah,
he was playing
Super
Super Hexagon. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that one you played? It was on a DVD player? It
was
a DVD game.
You played.
I think it was Tempest.
The game.
Yeah, nearly had a seizure.
It was really hard to look at. It lit up the entire hall from one tiny CRT screen.
Yeah.
We all played a bit of Quake as well. I was terrible.
Yeah.
Was it fun. Quake? I thought it was Unreal Tournament.
No, it's Quake. Yeah.
Quake, yeah.
Yeah, they were very similar, aren't they?
Yeah.
The games, they did not have reticles back in the day. It's something you never remember.
I turned it on. I can't remember.
No, that was Time Splitters 1.
Time
Splitters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time Splitters 2, by the way.
Because you had to fire to see where your bullets were going to go. All of them had loads of
That's why you want.
That's why everyone thinks I'm a bad shot, isn't it? That's how I grew up. That's what I'm used to doing. I'm not a bad shot. I just have to know what I'm doing. My excuse.
It was a cool day out. Anyway.
It was.
If you're in the Blackpool area next year, October time, I think it's going to be that time again.
I think they do it throughout the year in different locations as well. So
yeah, I think it travels. Yeah,
keep an eye out.
But I think we should move on from life news to actual gaming news. Jake, take it away.
It's the news.
And it's a long one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a
big boy.
Strap in.
I think we'll start with the oldest bit of news. EA goes private and sells itself for £55 billion.
So
not pounds, dollars.
Not only is this obviously old news now, because of all the news that's come out since, it feels even older.
Yeah.
But essentially, EA were a publicly owned company, and now they're going privately owned. It's a Saudi investment fund. I can't remember what they're called.
It's something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like some Saudi princes, with loads of money, and for some reason, Donald Trump's son-in-law,
or
something like that. He's involved as well.
Oh wow!
As these investors, and they're buying out EA basically.
Yeah,
and I think when the news broke, a lot of people were like, okay, what does this mean? Does this mean EA are now going to be less EA for the better? Or
more EA for the worse?
Yes. But you say
we're all thinking that, aren't we?
I've again been on record a few times and say over the past few years, EA have made some good moves. If you take out the sports games, in all the other areas, they have made some good moves.
Yeah. But I feel like this is going to make them more like the sport.
Yes.
It's going to double down on the sport.
As the dust has settled, I think everyone's starting to realise that all this is going to do is bolster the sports portfolio. Because at the end of the day, they're private investors now. They want to see their return.
They're the money-making games.
Yes, out of that 55 billion, I believe there's like 20 billion in debt that they've had to pay off.
Oh.
So they're going to want to see this return.
Yeah. No, they've taken 20 billion debt to do this.
There's some sort of debt situation.
You play football, you have to pay for the studs as DLC.
Well, I don't know how they can actually make more money out of games like FIFA and
Ultimate Team just is bankrolling.
Yeah, of course. But how can they get more out of that? I don't know how you can extract more.
I think they'll probably get the FIFA license back.
Why?
Or maybe they won't, and that'll save them a lot of money as well.
Well, it saves them £1 million every 4 years, something like that.
Didn't the UAE make its own football league It's like the Super League or something like
They
that.
try
They'll probably
and
make that as the
part
game.
of it, yeah. They are
And
trying
they'll
to
be
do
buying
that, I
teams to
believe.
put in that.
But obviously we don't really like football, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
Don't follow it enough.
What it really makes me worry about is like maybe not so much Hazelight making Split Fiction and stuff. I think they're pretty safe because they're making some great games over there, and it sounds like they get left alone money anyway.
I am a little bit worried for the buy the game once and 2 people get it.
Yes,
I don't think that'll continue. But
hopefully it does, because that's like a staple of split screen.
But it's the rest of the EA originals.
BioWare.
Well,
yes. My God.
Not just before we even talk about that, the EA originals, the whole brand is supposed to be like EA basically putting back into the game industry by basically bankrolling the development and marketing. I don't know if so much the development, but definitely the marketing for these smaller games.
Yeah.
And they don't really make any money back from that. That's not going to happen anymore.
Like, what was that game that came out last year?
There was Immortals of Avian.
That's it.
And there's been a few others. I think is it Tangled? Not Tangled. The Yarny one. Unraveled. That was in EA Originals. A few others. The Hazelight games are all EA Originals.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Hazelight will be fine. Not so much the rest of the project. And then you go into BioWare. Yeah. I don't see them getting out of this.
Well, you say that. I think we would have already heard by now if BioWare was shutting. Now, it's probably, I reckon there's a lot of eyes
this
on
deal
BioWare.
doesn't finalize till like 27, by the way.
All right, okay.
There's a long time before it like finalizes.
Well, there's a lot of eyes on Mass Effect then.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone tries to buy BioWare.
Possibly.
Or at least tried to buy the IP.
Yeah.
That would be interesting, because I think that's a valuable IP, regardless of how BioWare's recent output's been. The IP's
maybe there'll be an Anthem 2.
Oh my god!
Ooh, no.
Yes, I want Anthem 2.
But then, at the risk of getting, slightly too political, you've got The Sims. Now, The Sims is a very liberal game. Its whole fan base is basically, liberal. It's very much sells itself on the fact that it's an inclusive game. Like, you can have gay families, you can have asexual families, you can have all these different types of LGBTQA plus community families on there. You can have mixed race, interrace, you can have all these sort of things, and people love it for that, because that's the community.
You can do what you want.
And that's the community they have fostered with The Sims. But if a Saudi private investor firm are taking over this,
I see where you're going with this.
It's just
go really wrong, couldn't it?
Are they going to want to invest money in that? I don't know, because it's very at odds with the.
Yeah, I mean, that's horrible. That's horrible to think about. I will say
it makes so much money.
It makes so much money. I'd like to think that they wouldn't touch it. And to be honest, from what I've heard, a lot of like this company or whatever have bought other things and are in the gaming industry already. Like they already own stuff. They haven't really touched stuff.
What's their portfolio like? Is there like a list of games that they own? Have you got it there?
I do not, but if you bear with me, I'll have a look.
But it will be interesting. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people scaremongering, like I just did. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens. I don't necessarily see any way where this could be for the better. Typically, from like what history tells us, is when there's a buyout like this, it's typically never very good for the consumer or the people who like that product to begin.
More money.
Usually very good for the people who already had stocks, because they get paid out by like 1.5 times the stock worth.
Wow.
It's usually good for I think that's what's happening here as well. It's usually good for the people high up in the company as well. But a lot of the time they end up in liquidation, because it's just used as, I don't know, whatever it's used for. So I don't know.
I mean, we'll see with BioWare as well.
Yeah. But BioWare's another one similar to The Sims. I think these type of stuff in their games.
I'm hoping they get the chance to bring out Mass Effect. But if it doesn't do well, that's it. I mean, I think that was the case anyway. It's all riding on Mass Effect, and they've had a lot of chances recently. A lot of people liked Dragon Age, to be fair.
Yeah,
it's very hit and miss.
Yeah, but there was
a lot of people who didn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, We will see.
We will see. They've got the list.
I'm probably not going to be able to get the list, but they.
Okay,
I'm looking into it, but they're probably if you watch other videos on it, there is a list.
Yeah.
It's not just games. I think they're just get into
they're just buying up anything.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. If you just type in Google who's on the list, I'm sure you'll get the
answer. Epstein files leaked. 100% legit, I swear.
But without me literally typing away for a good 20 minutes and wasting everyone's time.
Well, let's move on to the rest of the news.
Yes. Yeah. So the other massive thing that's happened is Xbox Game Pass prices have gone up again.
So again,
with an asterisk.
Well, last episode we talked about the consoles going up because I think that news had broke by the time the last episode went live, hadn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we obviously
America only one.
Yes, exactly. I think this news broke before our episode went live about the Game Pass price hike, but obviously nature of recording, we've missed it. So the general gist is pretty much globally, Game Pass has gone up for the Ultimate tier and the PC Game Pass tier. The lower tier, I think, has been renamed from Core to Essential.
Yep.
And the middle tier is called Premium. I don't know if it already was called Premium or something like that. They're basically unaffected, I want to say. The prices stayed the same. The offerings stayed the same. I think that's right. But the main one that people are fuming about,
Day one games.
Well, so Day one games were only ever on Ultimate and PC. Yeah. They were never on Premium. But Premium was just like a cheaper option anyway. So a lot of people just stuck with Game Pass Ultimate because it had the day one games on it and it was still affordable. I think it was £15 in this country a month, $20 in the US. They're the two main pricing sort of that people are talking about, the UK and the US. It's now going up to $30 in the US and $22.99 in the UK. So it's like a 50% increase.
It's quite a lot, yeah.
It's substantial. Now, you still get your day one games. You still get all that. You now get the additional content of Ubisoft classics.
Woo.
Is anyone that asked?
But nobody really
It's your Assassin's Creed, your Far Cry.
Yeah, there is a lot on that. It doesn't.
But a lot of them were on Games Pass anyway.
Yeah. They're also on PlayStation. So for people with PlayStation Plus, it's literally not got anything.
Kick in the teeth.
Like us.
Yeah.
But you can't deny there is a lot of games on there, okay? Whether you're going to play them or not, there is a lot of games on there. And then everyone gets Fortnite Crew. Which
what even is that?
So Fortnite Crew, it's a monthly subscription. I think it's £12 a month or something like that in pounds.
Oh, so really, it's a saving?
Well, exactly. If you already had Fortnite Crew and Game Pass Ultimate, then you are saving money. But the Venn diagram of people with Fortnite Crew and Game Pass Ultimate overlaps so small in the middle, it might as well not exist.
Literally don't know anybody.
Yeah. So Fortnite Crew, it's a £12 monthly subscription where you get the Battle Pass and a bunch of V-Bucks every month. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
I do think I'm right in saying that the majority of people who are getting the most out of Game Pass probably aren't the same people who are getting the most out of Fortnite.
No, because that's like their one chosen game.
Yeah. People who are getting the most out of Fortnite are just playing Fortnite. You also don't need to pay for any online subscription to play Fortnite because it's a free-to-play game. So you don't need Xbox Core for that.
Yes.
So chances
you do
are,
if you want to join chat, though, don't you?
I don't know, but you can always just go on Discord.
Yeah, Discord.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, maybe. But bottom line is, people who are just playing Fortnite, who might have this Fortnite Crew thing, probably aren't playing for any Game Pass. So what they've kind of done is, and if you watch the video, it really did sort of irk me because they start by saying how much extra stuff we're getting. Like, look how good we've listened to feedback. You're getting this, you're getting that. You know, this is everything you wanted. And I'm like, I don't want.
We then ignored the feedback.
Yeah, well, exactly.
But then they came out with the price as well. It was like, you're getting so much, guys. Like, we're adding all this stuff. We're also putting the price up.
I knew they were going to put the price up when they said we're adding this, which is equivalent to £12 a month in value. I'm like, if you're telling me what the value is, because you're about to put the price up, and obviously they did.
You're about to give it us for £8.
Yes.
Pounds.
So
wow.
It's frustrating because if you're watching that video thinking we're getting all this stuff, but I'm not going to get it, and then they say it's going up in price, you're thinking, what am I paying for?
It's very much like the. I remember when we were kids and Dad would try and get Sky deals.
Yeah.
And he would try and get like Sky Sports or something. But you couldn't get Sky Sports by itself. You had to get Sky Sports and Sky Movies.
Yeah.
Or if you go to like a broadband provider and you've got to get
the landline.
The landline
as well. Or
that costs this.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
It just doesn't feel fair.
It's like when
it's just like you're giving you all this extra stuff. Yeah. But then the hiking up the price so much that you're like, but I didn't want that stuff.
Oh, you get 20 gigs of data a month and unlimited texts.
New texts.
Yeah, great. You know what I mean? It feels like another one of those. But if they said we're now offering Game Pass Ultimate subscribers the option to buy Fortnite Crew and add it to your subscription, and it'll increase the price by £8 a month, fantastic. It gives people the option.
That's a good deal.
Like an add-on.
Yeah. Great, because it gets people to keep both.
Yep.
Who might want both, but then
anytime these deals are done, it's all just circular. Eventually, they'll come round to be like, "Oh, you can build your own subscription," and then that'll be sold as, "Oh, wow, that's really good," because what we've been having is really crap because I didn't want any of this stuff.
Potentially,
and then what they'll do is bring this back in slowly and do it a bit by bit because they did it with you had your cable like Sky and satellite and stuff like that, and then it was like, "Oh, well, I only want movies, so I'll pay for Netflix."
Yeah,
and then they'd be like, "Oh, well, we're going to split the series, so half of it's on." So like Hulu,
I feel like they do it
Amazon.
to confuse people.
Yeah, they do it to make you buy another subscription that you'll forget about paying.
And one of the thing is, and I've heard a lot of people saying this, Game Pass was one of those subscriptions that you could forget you were paying because it was 15 quid. It's fine. Not everyone, but a lot of people can afford £15 a month for the content you were getting. As soon as it goes up by 50%, people start thinking about it and they start thinking, am I getting this much value?
Yeah. I often said it just falls into my house bills.
Yeah.
I don't notice it. It does not.
No.
Me and Jake were working it out at work while we were just talking and working.
Yeah.
Sorry, people listening, we were working. What did we say? 279 a year.
Is that
what it is now?
Something like that. Well, on the game alone, so as you know, we're a gaming podcast. What we've spent this year is 170. If we were to have bought the games we played for the podcast.
Yeah.
That's
really
nearly November.
Yeah. So again, is it worth it? Is the
Have
question
I played enough
asking.
on top of that?
The actual how to cancel my Xbox Xbox Game Pass Google searching was like through the roof. The website crashed.
The Xbox subscription cancel page absolutely tanked.
Not only is it worth it for us, has it been worth it for Microsoft? Because my bet is no. I think more people have cancelled it than they ever anticipated. They obviously anticipated some people would.
Yeah.
But I bet, so if they've increased the price by 50%, I wouldn't be surprised if more than 50%.
Well, I suppose they can afford to lose like 33% if
raise the price up by a certain amount.
Yeah.
But still,
this walks us straight into their rollback on what they said. Because they said if you're an existing subscriber, your prices don't go up.
No. Okay.
Not quite.
This was what confused a lot of people. So everyone started getting this email that was saying when the price is going up and how much it's going up by. So I got mine. It was going up to 23 quid. If you're in the EU, as in the European Union, you were getting an email that said your price is not going up because in the EU there's certain customer protection laws that state that they can't. I don't know whether it's you can't. Isn't it? Yeah, I don't know if it's you can't increase the price of a subscription without a 60-day notice, or whether you can't increase the price by this much without a 60-day notice.
I think there's also if it has to be the start of a new contract to be able to do it.
Yeah,
as well.
There's a whole consumer protection thing. So if you have a rolling contract with Game Pass, then you're not going to be charged the extra for at least 60 days. I don't think it says in the email from when.
No,
but it is a temporary
It's temporary.
thing. Yeah. However, if you were one of the people who cancelled out of frustration before they announced this, screw you, you've got to pay the full amount, which is completely
Way
unfair.
to go, Microsoft. Definitely keep your custom.
It has been absolute. It's not just brand damage; it's brand decimation. They have absolutely destroyed themselves with it.
I mean, as we just said before, like a week ago, they put the Xbox prices up.
Game Pass was all they had.
Game Pass
the
was
only goodwill they had.
Yeah, and then 2 years ago, it had a pretty big price hike. I think it was 2023 right at the end. It had a price hike then.
I think it was July. It's gone up by 100% since July.
Since July,
last year.
Yeah. Is it last year it went up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So after July last year, it went up, and then it's gone up again. So in America, anyway, it's gone up by 100%.
Wow. In the last year and a half.
In Brazil, this price hike has been by 100%.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, last time it went up, we were all because it didn't go up that much. We were all saying, well, it is worth it. Yeah. It's still the best deal.
If it went up by a couple of quid now and a couple of quid next year, and then by 2027, 2028, it was at this price, most people wouldn't be batting an eye. There would be a few people who'd be like, well, actually, this has gone up so much since then, it's not worth it anymore. But I think most people...
Yeah. I think it's just opened a lot of people's eyes up, like Ben was just saying. I reckon I know a lot of people online have been just saying, well, it's actually made me realise I don't own my games if I do this. If I just bought my games, I would save all the money. I'll just do that. I'll just cancel.
Yeah, if you're not playing enough games, like we've had the conversation, do we need day one games? If we lower it to the premium, I think on Ultimate you get 400 games. On premium, you get 200 games. Oh, and on Ultimate you also get PC Game Pass, whereas I don't think you do on premium.
Yeah.
So it's 400 to 200 games, but you don't get the day one games on premium.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I don't want to lower it is because other than the backlog games, the majority of games I play on Xbox are usually within that sort of like day one launch window.
Yeah, like the smaller games that you played Wu Chang this year.
I found that if there's a game I'm quite looking forward to, like Vowed, if I don't play it within the first month or two, then I probably never
get
will,
around to it.
because there's so many other things coming out, it's not got enough mind share for me to go back to. Unless it's like an incredible game and I'm just really busy with another incredible game. But for the most part, I mean, Claire Obscura I played within the first window.
Yeah.
You know? Ninja Gaiden, I'm probably going to do the same.
Yeah, very true.
So
you've also got to factor in that all these day one games aren't all full price.
No.
So you've got to factor that into, like Silk Song, Claire Obscure aren't full price games.
True. So yeah, I've saved 40 quid from Claire Obscure or whatever it was, 50 quid.
40, yeah.
Yeah, but not full price. It's something. Now they've also introduced what they've done with cloud streaming. I think they've upped the resolution of cloud streaming for Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, so actually
introduced it for the lower
every tier now.
Yeah, so the lower tiers have actually gained.
Yeah, because they're not going up in price, the lower tiers, so they have kind of benefited.
To me, it's indicative of Xbox's push to cloud streaming. That's what they want to do, and this is how they're doing it.
Yeah,
does that not rely on how good your internet connection is as well?
Yeah,
so if you can make use of it.
Yeah, definitely.
They've also changed the way rewards work.
Yep.
So this was again another one of these things they're pushing on us, saying it's better, but it's not just. It's not that it's better. Like, yes, you earn more rewards. Okay, so if you got Game Pass Ultimate, for example, you get like 4 times rewards, or however it works, you get more rewards. Okay, but you used to be able to buy Game Pass with the reward points.
Yeah.
Now you can't. Now you can still buy Xbox Wallet and then buy Game Pass, but they've like elongated that process to make it less likely someone's going to do it. But they've also then removed discounts on games.
Yes.
So Game Pass discounts.
And DLC. So you used to have Game Pass discounts. Now you don't.
Yeah.
So they've like given with one hand and taken with the other, but then, then screwed you over.
Yeah, not giving you the things you want.
With the third hand.
Punched you in the balls on the way out.
Yeah. So it's really annoying. Now I've paid for, £800
it's a great time, wasn't
for
it?
the Xbox ROG Ally X because I wanted to play it with my Game Pass games.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to pay it because I'm a cook, but but because I've already forked out so much, why have they done this now? because I'm sure there's a few more people thinking the same thing as I am.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I could go to PC Game Pass.
I was just going to say, you could go. Yeah, we could still lower it. You've still got Steam, Epic, all those games as well.
Yeah, but if I went to PC Game Pass, I then can't use my Series S for Game Pass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's like you want people in this ecosystem, so you should be making this. You should want everyone.
Your ROG Ally is probably going to be more powerful than your Series S.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, probably to be honest. But you should want everyone to be on Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
You know, why bother with premium? Just get rid of premium. Make Game Pass Ultimate a bit cheaper. Get rid of Fortnite Crew. Get rid of, make it so.
Or have it as an optional extra.
Yeah, optional extra. It's £15, and then if you want EA Play, maybe it's an extra £5. If you want Ubisoft,
I don't know why that is
an extra £5. If you want Fortnite Crew, it's an extra £5. Straight away, you're at £30 if you get all those things on there. But you don't have to have them.
Yeah.
So if someone does, you're actually paying more money, but less than they would otherwise be paying. And if you don't want them, you're paying less.
No, that's definitely how it should work. But it all comes down to, and we're going to be talking about this for ages because there's so much to talk about with it. But it all comes down to them buying Activision.
Yes,
because
it's an overspend.
I think so. According to what source is this? Yeah, they've come out and said that the Xbox lost 300 million in Call of Duty sales last year.
Yeah, by putting it on Game Pass. But what
last year everyone was talking about was Call of Duty going to come day one to Game Pass? Is it the right move?
All they had to do was not put Call of Duty on Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah? Obviously they did. Great, fine. I played it a lot. I'm happy it was on there, but they didn't have to put it on there.
No,
they could have just had it at quite a good discount.
Yeah,
they didn't have to put it on there as inclusion.
No one would have been upset or offended if it wasn't. Yeah, because it has never been.
Yeah, exactly.
But now the cat's out of the bag, you can't then take it away.
It's definitely harder, but I genuinely think if they said, okay, we're going to reverse this price hike, it's going to go back to what it was, but we can't put Call of Duty on there going forward. Well, I don't think anyone would be bothered.
Look at what they did with the GTAs or the Red Dead. They put it on for a little while to get people to get their teeth into the online, and then they take it back off again.
Yeah, but that's almost more scummy, to be honest.
I know, but that if they were losing so much money, that should have been the tax. Surely.
To be fair to GTA as well, they don't own GTA.
No,
so that is fair. That's a fair tactic. But for Call of Duty, they own it.
It is also expected of streaming services that they will rotate their stock.
Everyone knows that. But the thing is, this year of all years, Call of Duty is not setting the world on fire.
Yeah.
No.
So again, just don't put it on there.
You're not playing it right.
I'm joking. I genuinely don't think most people would be that bothered if they just said, okay, we made a mistake putting Call of Duty on there. We can't afford to do that anymore. So we're taking it off. Fine. 300 million in lost sales.
I think Joe's right. It's kind of hard to take away now, but
they didn't need to do it in the first place. I think
did the new one come out already?
No, next month.
I think yes, it is hard, but I think this was harder.
Yeah.
This was harder on more people because the people that were going to buy Call of Duty were going to buy it anyway.
Yeah. I don't think it would affect that many people.
I agree with you there, Joe.
So,
because it apparently had record sales on PlayStation, Steam last year.
Yeah.
Like it sold a lot still, but they lost that revenue on Xbox.
Yeah.
Now it still made a crap ton of money.
Yeah, it was still the best selling game of some of the year.
So,
but it could have been even better.
And you could have
record profits, guys.
I know.
Shares are through the roof.
Come back
Sarah Bond said it was profitable. They said Game Pass was profitable about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, it is, but now they just want more.
Yeah, the line must go up.
We're just paying for other people's mistakes, aren't they? They've obviously gone in too hard and bought.
Well, as soon as he bought,
now we're going to pay for it.
As soon as he bought Activision, Microsoft had to turn around and look at Xbox. Beforehand, Xbox was like,
let him do the thing.
Yeah, they're such small fry compared to the rest of Microsoft. It doesn't really matter. Like they bring in money, but it's not in the billions that Microsoft care about. They're a multi-trillion-dollar company.
I was just going to say $4 trillion company.
Yeah, so they don't care about Xbox. But as soon as they asked for $69 billion to buy Activision, they care. You know what I mean? And then they have to see a return on that investment.
I feel really sorry for the woman they got to do this reveal as well.
I know, she seemed like a nice lady.
It wasn't Phil Spencer. It wasn't Sarah Bond.
Yeah, they kept the hell away from that.
It wasn't Matt Booty. None of the big three came out and said anything. They just got some poor woman
Yeah. And tossed her a grenade.
I'm going to give you a bonus, love. Do you want to just do an announcement for me?
It was,
it's rough.
My blood is boiling.
So to carry on this whole thing as well, there have been rumours that Xbox have tried to quell, I'll come to that in a sec, that they might be pulling away from the console market.
Yes.
I thought that was a given anyway.
Amid all it. Well,
so the rumours were like there won't be a next-gen Xbox. Now, they have quelled the rumours and say, no, we are working with AMD. You know, we are heavily invested.
They announced that a while ago,
Yeah. However, you can invest.
This could be the last one.
Yeah. But also, it could not be a traditional console. It could be, you know, like how they do with graphics cards, whereas NVIDIA brings out a graphics card, but the majority of graphics cards you buy aren't an NVIDIA 5080. They're a PNY.
Buy your Alienware Xbox now.
Exactly. You know, there's different manufacturers who use
your ROG Ally Xbox.
Basically what they've done with ROG Ally. Yeah, there's an Xbox, you know, thing, and then there's, you know,
everything's an Xbox, remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, you might get like
mouse.
an Alienware Xbox or an MSI Xbox or a ROG Xbox.
Yeah.
You know, that could happen. Maybe that does happen.
Now, obviously they've tried to quash those rumours, and I think they'd be even more stupid to do it next gen, because it's right on the corner. It's like 2 years away, 2-3 years away.
Which we'll get onto in a minute.
But we'll see. It's hard to trust them right now because
very hard.
They keep going back on the word. So
I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest mistake they've made that has caused the most brand damage is how much they've just gone back on the word.
Yes.
And changed things. They've done too much at once. They shouldn't have done all this at the same time. And some of it they can blame tariffs. But Game Pass they can't.
Yeah.
So, and even looking at day one games was always the Game Pass thing, which now, as we know, is only on the top tiers. Yeah. The premium subscription still promises games 12 months from release.
Yes, apart from Call of Duty.
But it says in an asterisk, except for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Which is only for the Ultimate subscribers, which pay an extra 50%. To be fair, makes sense,
because you're not going to play last year's Call of Duty, are you? But
yeah, I don't know why that.
Yeah, but still, it's even other things like I've been telling my friends who play on PC, you know, they've been talking about this because they all pay for Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah. And I'm like, why don't you just get Game Pass PC? It's cheaper and you get all the same benefits because you've not got your console. A lot of them don't know it's a thing. If you go on the Game Pass website, it's got all three, you know, core or essential premium.
Oh yeah, you have to click an extra tab
and
down.
There's a little extra tab for the game for PC.
Doesn't display
they
it.
Hide it.
Yeah. Wow, didn't know that.
Wow. It's all these like little things that are just proper money grubby.
Yeah,
I was bouncing about it before, just looking at what I was going to pay this month and next month and whatnot, see when it goes up. Because like I said, I'm heavily debating dropping down a tier. And it just made me chuckle because I did think, oh well, I wonder if I'll actually use PC. So I thought, actually, where is PC? It's a drop down bar that you can't find.
I imagine there'll be a lot of people who would stick with premium if you got day one games. Again, that could be a bonus, an extra £5 a month.
Yeah,
day one games. I don't know.
I always think about I
don't really want cloud streaming. That was part of the original. I barely use it.
All I want is a game library and day one games. That's all I want from the Game Pass. I don't want anything else.
It was always a concern that you always had to have an internet connection with Game Pass.
Yeah. But that's something that's a cat you definitely can't put back in the bag. Is that the saying?
The box? Nope, not at all.
Put it in the bag and swing it around your head. That's definitely something you can't retract, the day one games. If you look at PlayStation, they don't offer day one games for their subscription services, but it's a lot cheaper, and that feels like the right sort of place.
They do offer that at least. There is that option that you don't. But what? Obviously, they did day one games from the get go because they were trying to get people back. They're trying to get the goodwill back.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the wrong decision. It was never going to work in the long run. I don't know.
I get that. I don't necessarily think it was the wrong decision because it has garnered a lot of goodwill. I think they just fumbled the bag afterwards.
This might be the tipping point of getting people back to buying physical media.
I think
so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because at the end of the day, I have a disc. I can put it back in.
Yeah. Yeah, but then
They
you have
can't
to
take
get
that out of your hands.
You have to get up off the couch
Nintendo
to change the disc.
Yes.
So it's Ubisoft who try.
You must destroy the disc.
Yeah. So that's that. Shall we move on to PlayStation news?
I suppose.
Because that's a bit more positive.
Well, just before we end that, like me and Brad are more, like we have Xboxes, but we're more PlayStation guys, I would say. Joe, Ben.
It's your infrastructure, isn't it?
Yeah, you're more Xbox guys. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
I've always had my
betrayed.
Reservations. Yeah. I've always had my reservations about Game Pass. I really love it. I think it's fantastic. It's made me play so many games that I just wouldn't have even picked up, tried, or even looked at. However, I don't think it's worth it at that. And the biggest issue is I now have a console with like 4 really old games because I've depended on it, and it's kind of woke me up a bit.
Yeah. And
I want to go and buy my games instead.
Yeah, I'm thinking exactly what Joe said. Betrayed is how a lot of people who are invested basically in just the Xbox ecosystem. That's how they feel because you've been told for all these years, get an Xbox, get Game Pass. It's the best deal in gaming. All your games are on there. Yes, they might rotate out, but you're always going to have a good selection. Now they're saying, oh, it's a lot more money, and people are finding, but I don't have anything else. Do I have to just keep paying money because I don't have any other games? How much is it going to cost me to build that library back up again? And at that point, do I need to stick with Xbox or do I go over to PlayStation?
You kind of think as well, though, once you've played a game, not a lot of people go back to the game. So if you've nearly got to the end of what was the catalogue was offering, ain't you anyway?
Is that not because of the world and it being a muchness? Because there's so much more out there.
And the thing is, if you do go and buy your games, not even, I don't mean just like if you buy them digital in a store, but if you go out and buy a disc, if one is available, you can then do whatever you want with it. You can sell it on eBay or trade it in places that still take trade-ins and then have discount on your next game. But you can't do that if they're all just basically rented.
Yeah. And that goes, the same for digitally purchased games, but it's a sad reality. It'll be interesting to see. I was convinced that they would walk this back by now. And by the time this episode goes out, maybe they
may have.
And we got egg on our face. But I was convinced that by now they would have walked it back, and they haven't. So now I'm thinking that's not happening, is it?
Yeah, we were all thinking they were going to like lower it, but maybe like make it like a 25%.
It's still going up, but it's not going up by as much. Yeah.
Just by as much as your internet does, like every year.
Yeah. And you do kind of expect that. Unfortunately, the way the world is at the moment is that inflation, people's wages haven't caught up with inflation. So things are going up faster than, they're getting paid more,
Yeah.
So when everything goes up, it's hard. And people are cancelling all the subscriptions.
Yeah, no, you could just do the route of like, oh, right, this month I'm going to be watching this series, so I'm just going to get Netflix for the month.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to play this game, so I'm just going to get Game Pass.
To be fair, I've been doing that for a while. I only put Disney on for a month because I don't watch everything.
You know what I've noticed? So I can't remember who said this, but basically, once upon a time, everyone used to pirate everything,
Yes.
It's just a fact. Yeah, it's just a fact. Thing. Yeah, it's just a fact. But as soon as things like Netflix came out, people were like, well, I don't like pirating things. I would rather pay money for things to be proper. And Netflix is such a good service. It's so affordable. I'm getting everything I kind of want anyway. Then more services come out and people are like, okay, I can stretch an extra £5. It's still cheaper than Sky was.
Yeah.
Because everyone has the intention. They always want to. They would rather buy something rather than illegally acquire it because it feels better. It's usually easier to buy it because you don't have to jump through loads of these hoops, and it feels better. People want to spend the money on the things they like, but it's now getting to the point where everything is so expensive. There's so many services. Everything's split across everything. I'm talking TV as well. I'm finding more and more people saying, "Oh yeah, I've just got a dodgy Fire Stick."
Yeah,
it's starting to go back to.
It was like the biggest name in the internet. At the minute you said it was Gabe Newell.
Yeah,
it said, "We think there is a fundamental misconception about piracy. Piracy is almost always a service problem and not a pricing problem."
Yeah.
But now it's both.
Yeah, it's one of these things where I've not heard people talking about dodgy Fire Sticks in I don't know how long, but everyone I know was like, oh yeah, I'll just get that. It's like 50 quid a year and I've got everything on it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to worry about anything and it works, works really well. And I'm finding more people just going back to that.
Literally had conversations with people I know just saying, I'm just going to go back to piracy.
Yeah,
what's the point?
Because why wouldn't you? Because now everything is so outright, expensive. You've been priced out of everything.
Is your dodgy fire stick an Xbox?
It won't be long.
Well, to be fair, the official fire sticks are an Xbox.
Yes,
because you can hook up a controller to them.
But
there you go.
It's one of these where they've done it to themselves because they've got everyone relying on these services, and then they've basically said, "Oh, now they're too expensive for you." So, like, well, we need this service because you've basically force-fed it us for the past 10 years. So I'm going to go over there and get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
God. We should probably
move on. Yeah,
that's at least half an hour on that.
I
knew it was going to be long. Yeah. I just want to quickly go back to the EA thing.
Yeah,
I got the list.
Oh,
nice.
So they don't obviously own these companies, but they have stakes in Nintendo, Take-Two, Capcom, Embracer Group. They also own
this isn't good.
Niantic, the Pokemon Go people.
Okay, but the other is the only have a stake in, so it is a bit different.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So PlayStation,
yes,
they're a lot short. This one, Mark Cerny basically did a talk the other day.
Yeah,
slightly
with AMD.
Yeah, slightly hinting towards the PS6.
Yeah, so they were basically talking about a lot of theoretical technology. I think that's something that we need to, put in up front.
Yeah.
So it was a random YouTube video just popped up once, posted by PlayStation, talking about the future of gaming. I was like, oh, I listened to that, and Mark Cerny is such a lovely voice.
Yeah, so calm.
So calm. It puts you to sleep in both ways because you don't know what he's saying, but then also it's really soothing.
Yeah.
And then he starts talking about all this stuff. I've got no idea what he's on about, honestly. Cores and all this stuff. Anyway, he talks about this theoretical technology which he is, quote unquote, looking forward to implementing in next-gen consoles in the next few years, I think is the way he worded it.
Yes.
So everyone's like, PlayStation 6 2027 confirmed. I see that as more as 2028, but
even that still feels too soon.
It definitely does.
It does.
It definitely does. Now, if you follow the other generation lifespans,
it's about
2027 is about right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are predicting 2027 is going to be whatever this next Xbox is, PlayStation 6.
I'm going to say, like I said, we have a little group chat, but when are they just going to let go of the last generation? Just let go of it. It's dead.
I think they are letting go of PlayStation 4 next year, but
still, next year,
I know.
Still,
Jesus, so 27. I think you could get a few more years if they said it was 2030.
No, Brad, no,
for the PS5 and Series X,
we could get away with a few more years of having a PS5.
Yeah.
If they said it was 2030 and it's going to be a substantial leap, I think everyone would be okay with that.
Oh, definitely.
It almost feels like we've not had that substantial leap yet.
I actually think it's going to be very strange, this one in 2027.
I'll be buying it day one.
I think it'll be like...
I'll be borrowing your PS5, Brad.
Yeah. To play God of War.
Never playing it.
But I think it'll be like, because there's been rumours of a PlayStation actual portable.
Yeah.
And
you mean the Vita too?
Like one that'll play PS5 games.
Oh, okay.
So there's that, and then there's whatever the hell Xbox is going to do. Interesting. Even Xbox Steam Deck might come into it in 2 years. Steam Deck 2, you never know. But are they going to all go handheld? Are they all going to go Switch?
Well, there is the talk of... I think there's a lot of younger gamers play on things like the phones and the iPads a lot. They like portable gaming, taking games on the run. Now, I think the way that's been interpreted by the higher ups is, let's put AAA games on portable devices. And I don't think there is that translation. I think in reality, the games they are playing on the same as we're playing.
Really fast, short games.
Or games or it's like your Robloxes and stuff like that, So
your Minecraft.
Yeah. But
I would like a ROG PlayStation.
I wonder if they'll do like a hybrid.
Yeah.
Where it's when it's docked, it's a PS6, and when it's not, it's more of a PS5 handheld.
Well, I've always thought
Nintendo own it.
Well, yeah,
it's copyrighted. I always thought when they did the Switch 2 that maybe like the dock would be something more powerful. It would make
like
it better. I don't know how you would do it.
Yeah.
I don't know the technology behind it. But what if they did something like that?
Well, you can have external graphics cards, and I think there is kind of one built into the Switch because obviously it upscales it to.
It does.
Yeah.
But I know, like with the ROG, there's like a wall plug you can get to put it on the TV, but then you can also get external graphics cards to bump up your performance.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't think you can get anything for like your CPU, but for your graphics there are, yeah.
That'd be cool, but we'll see.
I might be in the minority for wanting this, but I would like them to do a more limited handheld because it makes developers get more creative with their games.
I don't necessarily disagree, but I don't also agree. If you look at the Vita, there's a lot of games locked to that device that no one played because no one had a Vita.
Yeah.
And
that's because it was missold.
It was. Now, if you can get enough of these into people's hands, then fine. But I think it's a hard sell because you're having to sell then 2 systems with 2 incompatible games.
I think it's a hard sell.
But if it was an all digital handheld.
Yeah, but I think there's a more of a market for a system that can do both. Maybe you could do games that are dedicated to the handheld.
Yeah.
Somehow. I don't know why you would do that, but maybe you could, and then have most of
the games that work one way but not the other. Like you could play one that is for the Vita on the PS6, say, but there were some that were just dedicated to console because it's too powerful.
It'd certainly be interesting. I mean, that's how it used to work, I suppose.
Because Nintendo did it for bloody ages.
Yeah.
With DS and like the Wii and the 3DS and the Wii U.
Yeah. No, you are right in that. I just think times have changed.
I do too, unfortunately.
I don't want to be carting around a £5 brick of lithium in my bag.
I get that. You can
costs more than your car.
You can put your DS in your pocket. I know.
Exactly.
I've been watching a lot of like handheld content on YouTube just to get myself hyped up for the ROG. And there's quite a few different ones coming out. I think you've got the MSI Claw and the Legion Go, and a few others that are like comparable to the ROG. And there's another one
that looks pretty good.
That is that the one I'm thinking? Oh no, you were talking the Legion Go too.
Yeah. You know about the one where it's got a 3D screen?
No,
that one's just been shown to me. That's the next time.
So there's one that I've seen, or some guys have been talking about. I can't remember what it's called, unfortunately, but it's almost like a PSP in size. I've not actually seen it. I've just heard it described. It's like a PSP in size, but it's ultra powerful. But it's so powerful, you have to carry a backpack of batteries to run it.
It's the Proto Saber.
Wow,
it's crazy. But
right, the last bit of news that we have.
Hurrah!
Oh, we're still on the news.
I know. Is Assassin's Creed have just? It's just been. I don't know if it's been leaked or they've come out and said, but they basically cancelled a game in which you would play as a black man after the Civil War, hunting down KKK members.
Yeah.
And that sounded mint.
It does.
Yeah.
This has been a very political podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think unfortunately, this story is kind of an example of the sorry state of the world. So this game was cancelled. And Ubisoft, again, it's all leaked. It's all like, it's not official, but it's heavily, suggested that it is real. Apparently, the reason it was cancelled was because of the backlash to Yasuke in Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I was about to say, that's probably it.
And the overly, because he was a black character, and then the overly political climate and unstable political climate of the US.
That's what it said in the leak.
Yeah, which I fully understand. And that is why it's a sorry state.
I know
that we're in a world where they are worried a game where you play as a black man killing the KKK will be received poorly. Who is receiving this poorly?
I know. They've made some.
Hang on a minute. What didn't you kind of do that in Assassin's Creed 3?
So there was a Assassin's Creed DLC, I think it's called Liberation.
Yeah, I think it was for 4.
Yeah.
Where there was a very similar story. I mean, you can do it in Red Dead 2, you can do it in Mafia 3. Wolfenstein is a game about killing Nazis. But it's starting to come back around now. I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter like almost getting offended at the idea of killing Nazis. It's like, why are you being offended by this? this.
Yeah.
You are you a Nazi? It's when did this become controversial?
I think it's really sad from Ubisoft. I mean, outside of the political stuff, obviously, that's really bad.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah.
But like the whole Yasuke thing, why didn't they just make a Japanese game with Japanese characters in, and then go and then?
Well, it's a true historical person.
Yeah, no, definitely. But and then make this separately.
Some of the stuff I've heard people say anyway is, oh well, people were only mad at Yasuke because it felt like they forced a black man into a Japanese thing. Yeah, and I get that as an argument. I'm sure there were some people who did feel, that it was unnecessary diversity.
I can only really take that from actual Japanese people.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Exactly. However, I've seen my fair share of people who were just mad he was a black man. And I get it from Ubisoft's point of view. There will be a very, very vocal, but also very, very minority of people.
I thought it was down to I thought it was down to the errors in history.
What
that people were mad about.
So people
for the Assassin's Creed Shadows
people like to. So there is a lot of evidence for Yasuke as being a real life black samurai, but then there's also a lot of holes in history because of the nature of history. So you have some people on one side saying, no, this definitely happened. It's some people on another side saying, no, it definitely didn't happen. And it's hard. All we know is that this person existed in some capacity. And the nature of
it was a samurai.
Yeah. And the nature of an Assassin's Creed story is it's a very loose historical setting, where they take a sort of real character and you can like manipulate it how they want and tell a fantastical fictional story. Yeah. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
But obviously, you say some people, I think there was a lot of racism sort of hidden in the idea that, they're just not being historically accurate. And I think a lot of people just didn't like him because he was black. And that's why Ubisoft has apparently cancelled this game, because they were worried about the backlash. Whereas for me, as I say, if people are angry about this, they are the problem. Surely they're just exposed.
Well, no, you can be angry that it got cancelled.
No, sorry, yeah. If it wasn't cancelled and it was announced and someone was angry, then they are the problem. And they've exposed themselves.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But yeah.
So much news. It's been a turbulent news section, guys. I think we should move on. I'm tired.
I think we should have a break from news and do something more social.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And I'd like to say you can come and join our great dining experience on the Discord. We have a Gaming Garnish Discord, which the invite is on all the socials. So we have one on Facebook, we've got it on Reddit, we've got it on do we have a Threads? Do people go on Threads? Is Threads dead already?
We have a Threads, and everything gets posted there.
Yeah.
Instagram, we don't man it very
Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, whatever your flavor of social media is. We have an invite there. We also have a YouTube, which we post the podcast on too, and you can find us on Spotify. And if you're listening to us, you already have found us. So just recommend us to a friend and let them find us on the experience that works best for them.
Yes. Eloquently said, Joe. What about if someone wanted to email us?
Well, yes. If you are from the archaic days, like most of us are, if you still have an email account, which isn't just there to link your social media to, you can email us at gaminggarnish@gmail.com. And with that, shall we move on to the Buried by Backlog? So this time's Backlog game was my choice, and it was Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Yeah.
Which you can find on Gamepass at the minute. God knows when they're going to take it away from us.
Too soon, Joe. Too soon.
Yeah. And I wanted to pick this because it's quite relevant as Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out this year. And I wanted to see if any of you guys would want to play Ninja Gaiden 4 after playing this one.
Yeah. Cool. And it's something that I've wanted to play. I've wanted to play them for a long time. I never got around to them. And then when the Ninja Gaiden 2 Black was announced, I thought I want to play that. The only reason I didn't is because 4 was coming out so soon. I didn't want to sort of jump on it back to back.
Burn yourself out with ninja-ness.
Yeah. Which is why I didn't finish this.
I also want to say I didn't finish this.
Yeah.
I did finish it back in the day when it was on 360, so I thought it can't be that much different.
I think I got to chapter 11. I think there's 22 chapters.
You got a lot further than I did. I got to chapter 6.
Yeah.
Oh, but about the same for me.
I think there's 11
That's the werewolf
chapters.
one, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
I did the first werewolf area, so I think I maybe got to 7.
And Ben got about halfway through chapter 1.
To the boss actually, and I flipping hate it.
Oh, the spider boss.
Hated it.
So
Ben did not like it, did he?
Ben didn't like it. So we go on to initial thoughts from you guys.
I thought I really enjoyed the first 2 levels, chapters, and I was like, this is great. Aside from the camera, which is
the true final boss,
awful.
Yeah.
You can solve it by turning camera speed up to maximum.
I don't know. I played
apart
with
from
the
when
camera,
you go over those threshold bits where it changes direction on purpose.
I played with the camera a lot, and there was some people saying turn on. There's like an auto snapping thing. Some people say turn it off. Some people there was loads of people are talking about the camera, and I played with the settings a lot. I don't know what I ended up on, but I got used to it.
I do think it just got more and more annoying after chapter 2.
I find
the game or the camera.
The game. I
find this a really interesting take because before going into this, and I think when you picked it for the backlog, we're all like, "Oh God, this is going to be so hard." I think we even said it on the podcast.
Yeah,
because all I've heard is how hard Ninja Gaiden is. Now,
the first one is very hard.
I've heard it with all of them, but I've got to caveat this by saying I was playing on normal. I weren't playing on any of the harder difficulties, but I found it really easy.
I wouldn't say easy.
I only died at the bosses. And I usually only died once. If I was to die at a boss, I'd die once.
Right.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And I think I was expecting a lot more challenge.
I played on normal, and it wasn't that it was hard. It was that it was frustrating to me. I don't think I died often. I just kept getting... I don't know. The only way to fight them was to corner yourself so nothing would come behind you and start attacking you mid-combo.
I just didn't find that. You have to. It's a very fast game. You have to move a lot.
The saving grace of most situations is diving swallow or flying swallow, whatever it's called, or the guillotine grab.
And you can just block from pretty much everything. You can just block.
Your stance does break quite a lot.
It does eventually, yeah. But I found the thing that made it difficult to move around was the camera. It's almost like. I want to say it's almost like tank controls where you can kind of control the camera as well. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you kind of run independently from the camera.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. It's got a lot of the old Resident Evil camera angle styles.
That's what I mean.
Going on.
But you can still
tarnish that game with this.
But I found it a bit like that, and it took a while to get used to that. But once I did, I was finding I was slashing through enemies for fun. It was gruesome. It was great. I loved lobbing the limbs off, and then the enemies become more aggressive when they're missing a limb, and they'll do like a suicide attack on you. They'll jump on you and blow up. So you want to once you've delimbed them, you want to do like a special attack on them. And there was loads of animations. I mean, there was loads of weapons which we'll get to, but every weapon had multiple different takedown animations, but then also with the charge attacks. And
very cool.
It was a very cool game.
Leveling them up gives you access to different moves as well.
Yeah. And what
does it? I didn't realize.
Yeah, certain things like it's not dinosaur, the guillotine. What's the one where you jump in the air and then spin down and slap?
Oh, it's got a very complex name.
Whatever that is, you could only do that.
Every weapon has a combo for it.
Yes, but not all of them you could do from the beginning. Sometimes you had to level them up a few times.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But I thought it was like smooth as butter. Once it clicked, it took a minute, but once it clicked, I thought it was really smooth, just slashing through all these enemies, with all these different weapons. I think I said to you, Jake, and I can't remember the exact number, but I had 10 weapons. By chapter 11, I had about 10 weapons, and I'd also played as 2 different characters, maybe even 3. I think there was 3 different characters I'd played as.
Yeah.
Each with their own weapon.
Yeah, I definitely played as
it was
one.
Crazy. But yeah, I top level thoughts. I enjoyed it. What about you, Joe? Because you played 2. So how did this feel? These years later, but also being the black version.
I feel like it doesn't feel like it's aged in sort of the way, how we played Fable, which is from a similar sort of generation as Ninja Gaiden. That felt old to play.
Yes.
This one didn't really feel old to play. It felt unique to play.
I get that.
I get that, but I would kind of say I think the camera does date it.
Yeah, there's a few things that are indicative of the era that it came from.
Yeah.
Number one being character design. It's very
yes.
It's very like edgelord.
It's very
sort of
boobalicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, even on Joe Hayabusa, you would never see them that jacked.
Oh my god! Lucy literally walked in and was playing his
like massive
Hayabusa, and she was like, "Why is his arse so shiny?"
Yes. Who oiled him up?
Yeah, literally, that's what she said. He looked like he was wearing PVC into it.
The ungrabbable ninja. If only it had the squeaks from that game you were talking about, where the leather squeaks.
But then you play as a lot of women on the thing.
Yes.
2 or 3 of the characters I played as.
Is it Ayane, the one who wears purple or has purple hair?
So maybe, yeah. But one of them, it was like the mission was raining as well, and it was just like she was glistening in all the places.
Yes.
Like, Jesus.
We're going back to the last episode here, Brad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was quite something to behold. But like you said about the camera, like, yes, it does feel like it dates it. However, I do agree with Joe in a sense that it feels unique, and it'll be interesting to see whether Ninja Gaiden 4 like goes back to that same camera, and will that feel dated or will it feel?
Yeah,
I feel like they'll do it, but they'll have toned it down.
Maybe I hope so, because I do think it was the weakest element was the camera. So I hope they have toned it down. I will say a lot of people seemed upset that you don't just play as Hayabusa in Ninja Gaiden 4 when they introduce a new character.
Yeah,
but even in this game, you played as other characters.
So that was a bit strange.
I think it's because they kind of market it as he's not the main character.
I suppose.
Yes, kind of like Devil May Cry 4, where they had Nero as half the game and then Dante as half the game.
But I 5 as well.
5 did the same.
Yeah,
we had 3 characters in that one.
And I preferred playing as everyone but Dante, to be perfectly honest in those. But it kind of gave me Devil May Cry vibes.
They're quite often compared.
Yes,
at least the second one onwards are. The first one was a lot more different.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't even get my moment. Nobody asked me yet.
Go on.
It's a poor man Devil May Cry.
I do think I prefer Devil May Cry, but I do think
it's a poor man's. That's what it is.
I think there was parts of this that I enjoyed a bit more.
I tried to play it like a hack and slash, maybe Devil May Cry, and it wasn't working.
No,
especially in the bosses.
It's more of an Onimusha than a Devil May Cry.
I found you had to be very deliberate, not slow, but like you had to like dodge an attack and then go in hard.
Yeah, you couldn't also so you had to press Y on Xbox to finish an enemy when they were wounded.
Yeah,
and you were trying to do it because as you said before, they were getting more aggressive. But you have to stand still and press Y.
Yes. It's almost a bit like a fighting game. If you go into your controls, you've got a massive list of combos for all your weapons as well. It's almost like, if you press forward and attack, it's different than if you stand still and press attack.
Yeah.
And
you actually found that the combos from Ninja Gaiden worked at that convention you went to on Dead or Alive. You managed to pull off the move.
I don't know how I did. Yeah, we played Dead or Alive at Play Expo, and I played as Hayabusa. I don't know how I did that, but it was the same.
Yeah.
But there was like some really satisfying moments. If you jumped and pressed Y with the sword, you did the swallow dive slash attack.
Yeah.
And sometimes that would decapitate someone immediately.
Yeah.
Or 2 people in a row.
I didn't even have that. But when that happened, oh my God, it was like euphoric.
Yeah.
And it gets you out of some really sticky situations when you manage to do that.
Yeah. There was some things that just felt great.
Well, I suppose we're talking about the combat, so maybe we should just keep going.
Yeah. I was super impressed, as I said before, about how many weapons there were. Every level I was getting a new weapon. Or like an ability. Now, the abilities, the specials,
like
I can't remember.
The ninpos.
Yeah, that was it. I didn't find they were that great or useful.
The best one is the Phoenix one. It saves me so many times.
Yeah, I upgraded that straight away.
Is that the one with the
surround you?
They surround you.
Yeah, they make everything flinch that gets in range.
Yeah, so that was handy. But all the other weapons, I was wondering why I was getting so many points to level them up and how I managed to level up the sword to max like on mission 2. And then I realized it's because there's so many weapons.
Yes.
I think my favorites obviously were the dual katanas or the Kurosami Game.
The more like
they were good.
Nunchucks with blades on.
They were fantastic.
They're my favorite one.
Yeah, but they're the ones you got, because you got the sword, the staff, and then you got that. What you're talking about, but later on you get full on chain.
Oh, okay.
Did you get the Wolverine claws?
Yeah, Wolverine clothes.
They were good.
I really like the staff.
Eagle Talons
as well. That was my favorite because
the only thing I didn't like about the staff was it put you in place quite a lot. You couldn't move around with it.
But it was good if you were surrounded and you just press Y and you're just spinning it around every time somebody came close.
That was cool.
My only solution to the wolves with knives was that.
Then you get a big sword later on. A big one. Yeah. Say then you get the sword, the bladed weapons on chains that are more like chains. So they're like you go full on like God of War. You get actual nunchucks.
Yeah.
You get the tonfas that were my favorite the first time I played it.
The tonfas, which ones are they? They are the nunchucks, aren't they?
No, you have one in each hand.
Yeah.
They hold them under grip.
Oh, I know what you mean. Kind of like police batons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of by nunchucks. Sorry, yeah,
they're tonfas.
And then
them fully upgraded are absolute beasts.
I didn't really use them that much. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure there was more, but I don't even know if I've unlocked them all. And then out of the women you play as, one had a big pole arm with a big blade at the end. One had a big hammer. One like got a gun out randomly.
Well, I remember getting like some kind of gun with Hayabusa.
Yeah, you get a big like,
blunderbuss.
Cannon. Yeah. Like, you got your bow. You got your
the bow is so clutch in a lot of situations as well.
You got your what they called.
It does feel a bit awkward getting the
shurikens.
Yeah, and that's where it felt dated. Things like getting
it's
the
all
bow
on
out,
it's not on a weapon wheel, it's on a menu. You have to pause the game to do.
Whoa, yeah, that was. I wish you could quickly swap weapons, which I hope they bring into 4.
Yeah.
But then
I think they'll definitely limit the amount of weapons because there is so many. I mean, they did for Ninja Gaiden 3. There wasn't nearly as many,
and probably for the better, maybe. But it was impressive finding all these weapons. I did find the bosses sucked a bit.
Yeah.
Say these are the only places I died, but sometimes they felt. There was one of the early ones where it's like a big worm.
Oh my god, chapter 3.
Oh, in the subway.
That is mental.
It felt bad.
Well, this is when I was saying before, after chapter 2, some of the bosses specifically were just
that boss felt like it was straight out of Devil May Cry. I will say.
But how do you attack the boss? Because all I could figure out,
bow at it.
That's all I could do. Fire a bow at it, and that is so boring. Bow, dodge. Bow.
You couldn't hit it, like if you got close, it would just bombard you with missiles. And you're like,
but there was another boss later. It was a giant like magma turtle thing.
Okay.
I don't know where it comes from. Or is it like an armadillo? I think it might be an armadillo. And that's another one where it feels like your attacks aren't doing anything because they're clanging a lot, but then you are taking health off. And then it just feels a bit.
The worst one,
naff.
Which made me turn it off fully.
Was this the Legaia?
The water one, with the piranhas. That's when I went, right, okay, I'm not playing this.
So I died twice at that one. I nearly beat it.
I beat it, but I was just, I can't do this.
I did nearly beat it first time, and I just didn't use heals. I was like, I should have just used a heal on that, and then I would have beat it. But I didn't want to for whatever reason. So then it took a couple of hours. But again, it felt janky because you had such a small place. You could go in, you could really dodge his attacks.
Yeah, and then the piranhas come and take like most of your health off.
A lot of the boss arenas look like they're going to be an Elden Ring type boss where you learn its move pattern.
And they just
but really you just got to move around as fast as you can and then attack in those small windows that you have.
I also found, again, dating it a lot, was sometimes things weren't very clear where you were going. So the Leviathan area, I was walking around for about half an hour trying to figure out what to do because previously I couldn't figure out how to kill the piranhas, so I just avoided them.
Right.
In that area, you have to kill all the piranhas to summon the boss.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
And I didn't realise, so I was running around for ages, like, where do I go?
That's why I got the staff out, and I just aggroed one, and then they all fly towards you, and I just spin the staff constantly.
This is another victim of you've got to look at the notes on the dead bodies. They tell you a lot.
Yeah.
Do they?
Like the one in I think it's the second mission, actually. There's one of the bodies you look at, it tells you how to beat the boss.
Is it
really?
He says, "Oh, I'll never live up to what's the clan? It's not the dragon clan. It's like the other one, the demon clan or whatever."
Yeah.
It tells you that he's vulnerable when he's charging up that move.
Okay.
So whenever he stops, that's when you can hit him a few times and then get him into a combo, and you can take like a quarter of his health bar off.
I found there was little things like there'd be notes lying around that tell you how to do an ability or something, but you'd already be able to do the ability. But
which is cool,
which is quite cool. But you kind of like you'd find the note and you'd be like, "Oh, I could do that all this time if I just, done this." So there's things like that. It did feel dated in some aspects, but
Ben,
enough, I enjoyed it.
enlighten us, because we're saying like the combat's good but annoying as well. But what's your thoughts?
Right, so one of my problems, because I was waiting to be invited to be talked to there, because, I'm just sat on my own, slowly dying. So, yeah, I as you realise, I didn't get on with the game at all. I just did not like it.
It was my Fable anniversary moment.
Yeah.
On the sort of back of playing Tenchu games, really. I've been playing Tenchu games on an emulator now for a while, because I'm reliving my youth. Because it's a real ninja game. This is thug fighting. It's nothing. There's nothing ninja-esque about it.
What?
It is. You're just going from section to section, scrapping it out. There's nothing ninja about it.
You want stealth.
You want stealth ninja,
stealth.
But this is
That's what
still
ninjas
ninja.
are. No, it's not.
I still think it's ninja.
You've got
The
Nothing to do
general
with it.
public have no idea what's going on.
Nothing
Quite
to
stealthy.
do with it. So I as you realise, I just did not like the combat. It was poor man's Devil May Cry. The most frustrating thing I've ever tried to do, because I loved a lot about it. I loved the way it looked. I loved the way you'd lop limbs off. I loved lots of things around it. The game is just crap.
Whoa.
It's just crap. I didn't like it.
Scathing review.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, this is probably what I sounded like when I was slagging Fable off. But,
Or Sea of Thieves.
or Sea of Thieves, but at least I had valid opinions on those.
Okay.
Okay, I went there.
No,
I went there.
he can say the game's crap.
He can. Yeah.
Because in the game where it says ninja in the title, you do expect a degree of stealth, but there is no stealth in this game.
I get, yeah. I mean,
it's
I
definitely
didn't-
more like hacky and
I didn't because I knew
it's more
what
like
the game
Bayonetta, but
was.
Bayonetta came after this.
Yeah.
no, I agree. Yeah,
But it has, for me, the gameplay has made me excited to play for, and I will be playing for. Whether at
rather
launch
die.
or not, I don't know.
Just
with your
saying.
Game Pass Ultimate subscription.
With my Game Pass Ultimate subscription and my £800 Xbox
Rock Ally
handheld.
Xbox.
I've got
Yeah,
to
you
make
need
the
to
most
enjoy
of
it, Brad. You really do need to enjoy it.
What about the story?
Might as well
it's,
not.
it's a load of balls. Really.
Yeah,
But it's proper like camp fun balls. It's
Yeah,
like you don't know
it's-
what's going on.
It's as camp
silly.
as Star Wars, like
Yeah.
big, very obviously evil man and very obviously
Yeah.
evil sidekick do evil things.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, this
And
is
you-
probably the final boss, and then you fight him in that
It's like,
level.
no,
and
there's
kill it.
another
Yeah.
final boss. And
Yeah.
wait, no, that boss came back from the dead and you have to kill it with an even bigger health
I
bar.
expected actually a lot of dual phase fights, and there just wasn't.
No.
A lot of the
What-
bosses I beat, like the werewolf boss, you didn't do because it was in the next level.
yeah,
I beat it thinking, oh, it makes a big spectacle out of it. You go into like a big coliseum.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this guy might be a challenge. And I killed it. I was like, okay, waiting for the second phase. And the second
it.
phase just never came.
That was the same for me for the lightning one before.
Yeah.
At the end of chapter 4, I think, or 5.
Yeah.
I was really expecting a second phase, like where you fight outside of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's dead. Fair enough.
Well, then you get after the werewolf, you get a scythe. That's another weapon you get.
No, cool.
Oh, that's a good weapon.
Yeah, it's big, heavy
Um,
scythe. I loved all like those stupid locations you go to though. Like you said, then the Statue of Liberty, and you'd fight up it, and then
Yeah,
you
so-
fight at the top.
You go to New York, then you go to Venice.
Yeah, Venice, and there's
Werewolves.
werewolves in
Running.
there, and a Colosseum in Venice. Because why not?
Yeah. It does give me
Where
that-
would you even put that in Venice?
I don't know.
It would sink.
It was so stupid, but
such dumb.
so fun. Yeah,
I think this is very indicative of Japanese games at the time. They
Mm.
were all about showmanship and be like, look at what we can do. This
True,
is
yeah.
this is amazing. Look at all the blood and the gore. And
Talking-
you won't do that.
Talking about Venice has just reminded me the ability to run on water
Oh,
is one of the
lifesaver.
coolest things. The water controls, the swimming controls,
Oh,
are
yeah.
god awful, but
Yeah.
running on water feels incredible.
I could not even get him to swim underwater for some
I
reason.
couldn't get him to go down.
You've got to. So if you want to go down, you have to press down.
Was that it?
Was that guy
That's it.
doing that?
Press down.
No,
Sure I was doing that.
because you hold A to move forward underwater. Up
Yeah.
and down is up and down on the stick, and then left and right is left.
Yeah,
and
but
right
I
on
think
the
it was
stick.
inverted
took
as
me
well.
ages. Oh, was it?
Yeah, because that was what was
Oh.
throwing. There was something else that was throwing.
Because I was holding A because I'm sure I read something that said hold A to go underwater.
Yeah,
Like,
it does. Yeah, tap A to go up.
I think it's hold B.
Something.
But yeah.
I couldn't get it to work.
And then some of the like random not parkour challenges, but like
The wall runs
challenges,
and the jumps.
do a bit jank.
Yes.
He has a very precise trajectory,
Yes.
which he will not deviate from.
That's when it started getting annoying for me as well.
But
Yeah.
I can
The
get past
running around
it.
in the sewers was like that for me.
That's what you
fourth level. Yeah.
Yeah, third and fourth in the sewers.
I could get over it because I was looking forward to every combat encounter.
Yeah. I found that once you started fighting the demons, combat got a lot easier. Because they often put less of them on screen.
They definitely didn't take as much damage as I thought they would. Like I remember going, oh, here we go. There's one of these guys. It's going to take.
No, there's 5 of these guys.
And then there's 5 show up. And you're like, oh my god! But then you slash them like 3 times,
but they don't react to light attacks.
I love
they just push through them.
I love the power fantasy it gave because it wasn't as hard as I expected it to be. It gave me a great power fantasy. I do believe you up the difficulty and it becomes like impossible.
Yeah.
But I can't speak to that. Anyway, we were talking about story. And I think it's testament to the lack of story that we very quickly went back to combat.
It's very dumb.
They tell you that most of the story in the first 2 chapters, and then you don't really get to the object of it until the last one.
Yeah. I don't know who the other characters were who I was playing as, to be perfectly honest.
No, must be from the first, I imagine, or
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how they tie in.
They are in the Dead or Alive games as well.
Are they?
It's the same. I think it's the same company as Team Ninja.
Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah.
Dumb, but a good way to just slash some people.
We did briefly mention it before with the it doesn't look old. I don't think the graphics have been updated that much, and it still feels pretty fresh.
I think they have. If you look at
it did look pretty.
If you look at comparison, I think they have been updated quite a bit.
Oh, really?
It definitely looks good.
This is one of them where it felt as good the second time to play as the first time.
Yeah, I think they've.
This is how you remember it all.
Yeah. I think they have
kind of like what they did with the Dead Space remake.
Yes, it looks how your mind thought it looked, but you go back to Dead Space,
and you're like, "Oh no!"
Good. So I think they did a really good job touching up the graphics.
Well, if you forget that a lot of games on 360 weren't full HD, they had to specifically say on the box whether they were or not.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them capped out at 720p.
I remember.
And you go, "Oh my god, this is a full HD game. It's 1080p. I can see the hairs."
It's a shame my TV's only 720.
Yeah. Is it really?
I'm joking.
I was going to say, jeez.
Yeah. I knew you were into some vintage tech, Ben. 720 TV.
CRT.
Cracky. CRT, yeah.
But what about I don't know what else to really mention. Sound design?
Well, I will say that playing it in surround sound actually helped a lot.
Yeah.
From the camera angle thing where you can't see everything.
Yeah, where obscure.
Especially when you're on like narrow corridors because you don't know stuff's coming from behind you a lot of the time.
I didn't play with headphones. Maybe I should have done. But I didn't really notice the sound design too much, other than the things like when you chop off a limb, it had a really satisfying
Oh yeah, it does. It's like
wet slash.
Yeah, the wet slash.
but other than that,
November Rain.
It was very serviceable. It was just kind of that.
Just standard,
Yeah.
Should we move on to recommendations?
I think so. I think
yeah, definitely.
I go first if you want. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, go on then, Ben.
Nah, it's crap. Don't bother.
On the back of that, would you also stray away from Ninja Gaiden 4?
I don't think it's going to be something I'm going to try. I genuinely was looking forward to play it, having not really played anything for a long time of Ninja Gaiden. I think I may have played a 2D one or something at some point.
Oh yeah.
I think
that'll be on your emulator station.
Shinobi, but
quite similar.
But I was genuinely looking forward to it, and I was trying to give it the time it deserved. I just couldn't get past the frustration, and I don't imagine many people will, to be honest.
Okay.
So no, don't bother.
Fan,
don't bother unless it's free. If it's free, have a go.
Which it is on Gamepass.
Yes.
So there you go.
Not anymore.
Oh, true.
Brad, would you recommend?
I would, yeah, definitely. Now I was
I don't think anyone should listen to Brad's recommendations. We've heard the type of person he is.
I was playing Plague Tale at the same sort of time as I was playing this, because the intention was always to get as far through that as I could before Ghost came out. But when I started playing this for the backlog, that kind of took a back seat, and this took over. I ended up playing this way more than I thought I ever was going to. And basically, the reason I stopped playing this and went back to Plague Tale for a bit was because I thought I don't want to burn myself out on it before the fourth one. So I very well could have finished it if I carried on. I really did enjoy it that much. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend it. Just good fun. Yes, the camera sucks. But I found that by the end of level 1, I was kind of used to it. Google how to set your camera up, and there was a few people, their suggestions might help you out more than they helped me. But it's worth doing. But I thought it was a fun romp.
Nice.
What about you, Jake?
I'm very much on the fence for this one.
Somewhere between me and Ben.
Yeah. More positive because, like, my initial thoughts when I first booted it up, the first 2 chapters, I was really loving it. Again, other than the camera. But I don't know. I think as it went on in the platforming sections and some of the bizarre boss stuff and then trying to find where to go sometimes as well, really started to show
the very beginning
beginning
of Mission 7, which I don't know if you did.
No, I didn't.
You start right where you left off.
Yes, that's when I turned it off. That's when I turned it off. I went, I can't.
There's a button you click and it'll point the camera in the direction you need to go.
You hold B.
Yeah, so if you run past it and then you press it again, it'll spin you around. It's like, go that way. But I couldn't figure out where it was telling me to go, and you have to jump between 2 pillars.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't look very clear that you have to jump between 2 pillars.
Fair enough. But I enjoyed most of my time with it though. Like, the combat's really good. Again, it can get a bit dated, but for what it is, but it is really good, and it looks really good. I know it looks a bit shiny, but for being an old game, a remaster, they've done a really good job.
Yeah, they polished a bit too hard in some places.
Yeah. I think if you were a fan of Ninja Gaiden and you hadn't played the black versions, I would definitely recommend going back, because this is probably how you remember it. So this is definitely a good way of playing it. It did get me interested in 4, because I would hope that 4 wouldn't have some of the outdated parts of this. So it's definitely like piqued my interest in the series, which before I'd never played any. So it has got me a bit more interested in 4. Well, I probably won't play it immediately, but maybe give it a go next year. So I'm on the fence. I would, if you're interested, I'd give it a go because it's on Gamepass if you still have it. Yeah. If you're interested, I think it's even worth the purchase to see if you'll like it. But like Ben's been saying, I think if you don't like it, you really won't like it.
You'll know in the first 2 hours you can get
right.
Yes, definitely. So it's a tentative recommend, but very cautious recommend.
You're just too polite, Jake, aren't you?
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
A cautious one. I'm on the fence. It's a hard one to recommend.
I'm on the fence for a similar, but for a different reason. I think these kind of games, they appeal to a certain type of gamer. Like they're definitely not the everyman gaming experience. It offers a welcome challenge that I feel like some hack and slash games don't really give anymore. Like even Elden Ring, I know it's not hack and slash, but at the beginning, it didn't feel as like brutal as this did, because I know I hadn't played it for a while, but in the first level I got decimated, like in the first arena, because it throws you in immediately after a cutscene, be like, right, fight these 10 ninjas now.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And I thought, oh Christ, what do I do? And then it says, oh, press X to do this attack, Y to do this attack, and then nothing else until like halfway into the level. It says, oh, by the way, you could do this earlier. You could have done this. You could have done this. And it kind of like rubs it in your face a bit that you were trash.
Yes, it does actually. It does. Yeah. Somebody says, doesn't it? Somebody says to you, like, I think it's one of the ninjas. And he's like, oh, the great Ryu Hayabusa.
Yeah, look how far you've fallen.
Yeah.
I got away. Ha ha. And I like that sort of cocky attitude really has been brought back in from the 360 because there was a lot of that going on. Like, I don't think Gears of War got away from that attitude at all because, like, haha, we're so great, and then it like threw 10 explosive crossbow bolts at your way. We're like, actually, no, you're all trash. We're the bad guys, and we're going to beat you. And I love how camp it is in that way, but the gameplay aspects of it, if you don't get on with it in the first like 2 hours, like you said, it doesn't evolve from that. It's the same gameplay all the way through the game.
Yeah, it evolves.
You get some new weapons.
It evolves
but
because you get the new weapons. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
only other way it could evolve is you become more fluent in the combat system.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. Now, the enemy design doesn't change too much. Yeah, you get new enemies, but they don't do much else. What I like
They're mostly humanoid.
Yeah. What I liked is the progression felt like I was progressing rather than I was getting new abilities. And I do like getting new abilities in games. So that's something I would probably quite like to see in the fourth one.
There's a lot of weapons, but they all essentially play the same.
You spread the
combos.
Yeah.
You have 2 attacks. You have heavy attack and light attack, but the animation changes. That's it.
Yeah, but some of them are faster. Yeah, some of them do have different moves, but
some of them become more cinematic if you hold the button down.
Yeah,
but that's about it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to recommend if you're not into that style of game. It won't draw you into that style of game.
I would also recommend, if you do give it a go, looking up maybe like a tips and tricks thing, because it does tell you a lot, but I didn't realize how important. So if you hold Y, you'll do a charge attack, and there's like 2 stages. If you hold it for a bit, it'll go to 1 stage. If you hold it even longer, it goes to its 2nd stage, and that like wipes people out, like wipes like the screen out. It's ace.
But rarely do they give you the room to do that.
No, however, every time you kill an enemy, they drop like a soul item.
Yes.
If you don't collect the soul item and you hold Y, it'll absorb that soul item and give you charge to that. Charge attack.
It'll put it at max immediately if you get 2.
So I didn't realize how important that was.
Yeah, because it does tell you.
It does tell you, but then it was only like Googling, some tips and tricks where I realized it's such an important thing. You kind of want to kill a couple enemies and then hold Y, absorb those things, and then you just let rip on the remaining people. And then once I sort of got that down and a few of the other tips and tricks, I really found myself getting into it.
These tips are the kind of things you used to be able to get in like the Xbox Gaming Magazine as well, that came out like a week after the game came out. It's like, oh, by the way, if you're struggling, do this, this, and this. But now, Google's like a tap away. And on the subject of letting rip on your enemies, he's really not got the kind of costume you want to do that in. It goes right up to the nostrils, baby.
Yes.
But yeah, I think after... Well, it's basically a tie. We've got a recommendation and a recommendation and 2 half recommendations.
Yeah.
So it'd be up to the audience to make their own mind up this time.
Yeah, it's definitely a tricky one.
Yeah.
It's interesting because if I'm ever on the fence, usually, I don't think we've ever had 2 people on the fence.
One person negative.
No, it does one thing well, and if you don't like the thing that it does well, then you're not going to like the game.
I think that's well put, to be honest.
Definitely. That's a good way to end it.
Cool.
Yeah. So whose go is it next time?
It's the wheel.
It's the wheel.
It's the wheel with Michael McIntyre.
Yeah.
So I've got the wheel up.
Ooh.
Yes.
We'll give it a spin.
Put everyone's.
It's been a while since we've done one of these.
I know.
I like spinning the wheel.
What are we gonna land on?
Let's go. It is, and this literally only got added to the list, by the way, like a week ago. It's Road 96.
So that's
cool. Nice.
Clancy 1994. So thank you for that suggestion.
Thank you.
Yeah, look forward to playing it.
Definitely.
I don't know what type of game this is. I downloaded it purely because Ben was talking about a road trip game a while ago, and I thought, I want to do a road trip game. I downloaded it, haven't played it yet, so I'm excited to see this.
I've genuinely got no idea. It's on Gamepass, yeah?
Yes.
It is.
So I'll probably play it on my ROG Ally.
If you get one by the end of the month.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to come on Thursday. Hopefully by the time this goes live, I'll have it, but we'll see.
Only time will tell.
Nice one.
All right. Well, we've been Gaming Garnish, and we hope you've enjoyed listening to our rants, our recommendations, and we will see you next time.
It was a heated episode.
Have a good one.
It was. See you later, guys.
See you soon.